Anyway, in the meantime, hello everyone. How are you all doing? Because we are in fact live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I wave, but nobody can see me.
Dear. All right.
Professionals, I swear.
Yeah. Let's go on that side.
Where?
I don't know. Somewhere.
Anyway, hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this session of Icewind Dale. We are the Digital Dragons, and we're going to play some D&D. I am joined here by... Who should I start with this time? Zagrax.
Hey! It's been a while since I've gone first. I'm Zach, or Warbird in chat, and I am playing Zagrax.
We've got Irilyssa.
Hi, I'm Jarard, aka Evil by Moonlight in chat, and I will be playing Irilyssa.
We've got Elora.
Hi, I am Trips, or Trips Starlick in chat, and I am playing Elora.
We've got Vulwin.
Hi, I'm Ethan, or Chaos Gemini in chat. I'm playing the Furblood Ranger, Vulwin Agar.
And we've got Tahko.
Hello, I am Tahko, Moodkiller, as played by Highwind.
And we've also got a bunch of people resubscribing. So Evil by Moonlight coming in with a 6-month resub. Thank you very much for that. 6 whole months with the Digital Dragons. Here's to many more. We've got Macho with 6 months. Guess I'll give it another try, but I expect some goats soon. We've got the goat emotes, so we'll see what we can do.
Maybe more goat.
And then we got Chaos Gemini coming in with a 6-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that as well, Chaos Gemini. Sunblight Fortress Assault. Digital Kobolds, give us power!
Please.
So thank you
So
also.
we don't die.
Okay, so who wants to give us the lowdown of what happened in the last session?
What happened?
Good question.
I honestly kind of don't remember part of it.
Fine.
Yay, thank you.
So to quickly go over the highlights, we made it out of the upside down tower, and we camped outside, I assume.
Yes.
We did. And then we made it back to civilization. We stopped into Caer Konig, and we talked to Trovis, and the dog, the boy, and Garrett, and everything is okay there. Immediately we had to go back to Caer Denival, and we talked to Avarice, like, immediately after we arrived there. And she tells us a whole lot of stuff, but to quickly say it, she tells us a tale that a long time ago, one of the lords of Icewind prayed for help from Oral to a god, but the god ended up being a devil, I guess, and then something happened, and now she answers to that guy because the devil was Asmodeus, and now he trapped the man in ice, and it's a really long story anyway. Watch the VOD for that part, but basically Avarice explains that the Black Swords are working for the ice devil man Levistus that I just talked about, and we are probably going to work with them to go take out the Duergar because Levistus hates Asmodeus, and as we know, the Duergar are working for Asmodeus under the guise of Oral, we think. We go back to the inn, our room at the inn, and we start discussing what to do, but Tahko kind of ruins the mood by putting on the ice moose head.
That ruins the
Yep.
mood. What?
Yeah, and Vulwin immediately is terrified of it and starts circling it like an angry animal. Tahko leaves and gets his own room for the night, and that was basically where we left off.
One could even say that he killed the mood.
I believe we all, I know, we all did our own things for a week to get ready to go to the Sunplate Citadel. But
Indeed.
I don't know what everybody did.
And that is where we are going to rejoin the action. So let's skip to one event in particular. Irilyssa, you are in Goodmead. You're at the Temple of Saloon. Hilda's there with you. You've just finished one of your morning services. Not a Sunday type deal, just kind of one of your morning things. You always try to keep some kind of devotions going, just to keep things like in mind and give people a place to gather and communicate and everything with each other. Like, although Goodmead has the Mead Hall, which is definitely a big social gathering place, there's also now this temple, and people are kind of rallying around it as a beacon of hope, almost in the darkness. You've really made sure that the place is lit up so that people know where it is and they can find it. And as people filter out, you notice that there is a large shape standing at the back of the temple, a mask on his face, featuring a moose.
Hello there, Tahko. Did
Hello.
you enjoy the service?
Yes, it was very religious. I was wondering if you might be able to help me out with a small problem I've had.
Of course. Anything I can do for you.
Oh, good. Thank you. I can't take my mask off.
Oh.
I think it still has a latent curse. I still want to keep it. I just want to be able to take it off.
Well, there's something that I can try. Hold on 1 second.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And I will cast Remove Curse.
Oh, all right.
All right, let me just double check my notes for how exactly this works. I am sure I wrote.
Is this
something
like
about
near
this.
the end of the week, by the way?
Uh,
Or like midweek?
It's
good question.
Because it's one of those. How long has Tahko been roaming around with a mask on his face?
Couple
Is probably
days.
what-
yeah, it's probably about middle of the week, so maybe after 4 days, going on to the 5th, something like that. I would think. So yes, yeah, he has been wandering around with this thing stuck on his face for quite a long time. And Tahko, by this point, is probably sick and tired of just having people running away in fright at his... Or maybe not. I mean, this is Tahko we're talking about here.
No. I like to have the option, really. Like what?
Yeah, better with those optional curses.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get my notes up, but okay, it didn't crash that time. Good. So, Irilyssa, I would like you to make me a religion check with advantage.
All right. Here we go. 19.
19. Okay, so
Wow.
you know that the enchantment which is holding this to Tahko is powerful. It's not so much that it's just stuck to him, it's whenever he tries to remove it, he physically cannot do it. And other people will not come close enough to pull it off of him. But through the guiding light of Saloon, you are able to force your way through that, and you are able to get the incantations, and supported by just the power of this place that you've now established, you are able to do it. Do you want to explain or describe the process of how you managed to get this thing off of his head?
Crowbar.
She, well, basically, hold her hands out, and basking in this moonlit temple, enjoying the light of Saloon, and then she'll just reach out and rip it off his face.
Ah.
And it comes free as if it wasn't even stuck on. It's just basically just peel it off almost. And now you've got this intensely cold, featureless moose head in your hand, just kind of staring sightlessly back up at you.
I don't think you should put this back on until you can get whatever that enchantment is removed.
Oh no. That's what I want to be able to do, though. Do you know how I can remove the enchantment?
That's a bit beyond me. Perhaps Danica might know a little bit.
Okay.
You could ask Elora to contact her.
Okay.
She's a fair bit more in tune with arcane than I am. And I'll hand it back to him.
Thank you.
Were you able to eat with that thing?
Yeah. You just bring the food up under. It works. Yeah.
It's a bit messy.
Right.
But it's powerful. It's good at what it does. I just wish that it had more option on whether or not I'm doing it. But thank you.
Of course. Now, would you care to join me for a drink in the mead hall?
Absolutely. And I have no other plans for the coming week, so I don't mind helping out at the church if you need it.
I will accept that help.
Vulwin, Elora, was there anything you wanted to do after you were finished with your stuff? Because we kind of left that hanging, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Not in particular. I think just made a trip down to Goodmead to relax.
Yeah, I think at the end of the week, stop by there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say that probably midday of the same day, you arrive at Goodmead as well to find Irilyssa and Tahko at the mead hall, having a bit of a drink. And Zagrax, were you going to stay in Bryn Shander the whole time, or were you going to move on somewhere at some point?
I would have probably stayed in Bryn Shander for most of the time.
Okay. So
I was
you're not
about to say it. It almost sounds like we didn't need the whole week.
Yeah, it's all right. Might as well.
Yeah.
It's the last downtime before assaulting a fortress. You'll take the whole week.
Ha!
I did need the whole week.
Yeah, I would have gone and trained the guard and stuff like normally does with downtime.
Mm. Okay.
Well, in the interest of not having one character here, you guys were going to go on to East Haven afterwards, or are you going to meet up in Goodmead?
I think we talked about meeting up in East Haven.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah, right on the beginning of the war front right there.
We can all just be like sad that we couldn't tell Zagrax good meat dead and
Yeah, Zagrax never showed up. It's like, I guess he didn't get the memo. He got lost on the way.
That's most likely, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So just skipping forward to that then, Zagrax, you are first at the tavern in Goodmead where you guys were intending to meet. And after you're there for maybe an hour or two, all four of them come wandering in together. Their clothing stained by the travel from Goodmead.
Yeah.
Didn't expect all of you to come in at the same time.
Well, we've all been hanging out at Goodmead.
Well, things just didn't take as long, so we went to Goodmead. Seemed like a better time than spending the rest of our time in defense. Anybody who's listening.
Fair enough.
Also,
Oh.
outside, you would have. I assume there's a hitching post, and you'd have seen Johann standing out there with a saddle on him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you managed to wrangle up Johann, huh?
Yes, we have gotten over the incident. So
You're
Good.
friends again.
Well done.
yes,
Yeah, that's good.
so now it's time to actually learn how to fight whilst riding a moose.
I actually stopped in this town before I went down to Goodmead, and I picked up this, and I'll pull out from my sack a magical gray bag that some of you may remember.
That's a great bag.
Is that the bag of wolves?
Yes.
Oh. Well, it might
Oh.
come in handy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
See, you finally got it. Good.
Yeah. Well, he still owed us, so.
How many wolves can you pull out of there?
I don't know. I haven't really played with it much. Would you care to? And I'll offer it over.
Okay.
Perhaps not in the tavern.
A good call.
Irylyssa's got her hand like half in the bag.
Well, I think some of the Black Swords are going to be joining us on our journey, or they didn't head out for us, right?
Well, they should be stationed somewhere in here.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we decided not to take the entire fleet because, there's still the whole Zagrax bomb situation. But,
That's true.
Yeah, but most of them.
But most of them.
Somewhere
they're
between 60 to
Kadroth.
75%.
Yeah, Kadroth happily agreed. Or let us take guess.
As was
Would've been-
expected.
Yeah.
Would have been scared if
Mhm.
you said otherwise.
Right. Unfortunately, none of his scouts came back, which probably means they went to the right place.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Ish, I guess.
Well, there's a lot of things that could kill you out in the tundra, but, they seem to be capable of fighting things. But it's very easy to get ambushed.
Yeah.
Maybe they just froze to death.
It's
Yeah.
a bit of a
Maybe.
difference when you spend most of your time in town to head out into the tundra for, not a day, but a fair bit of time. You're not used to it.
Yeah.
Right.
They might be good warriors, but they might be terrible survivalists.
Yeah. But thankfully, the scouts from Bryn Shander were able to come back. So I've got some information that they ended up finding. They've said that the fortress is locked down pretty heavily with regular patrols out and about. They didn't seem to find any easy way in, but they did find the portcullis lever. So if we can get into there, we can actually open the front gate, which would be super helpful considering that we have a force coming along with us as well.
Yeah. Did anybody think to invite Trovis?
Trovis is probably better left being the town speaker, right?
And keeping an eye out for that new white dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, true. But we did tell him we'd let him know, but I understand your reason.
Well, I'm sure he'll hear about it. A large force moving out of, the town. He's not going to notice. They're not going to hear from somewhere across the tundra. He'll know.
And if not the Sunplate Fortress, he'll have to fight the redhead nomads at some point.
Oh, another interesting thing that the scouts reported too is that there seems to be a couple of different groups and some kind of power struggle going on within the fortress as well. So,
good.
We may not have a fully unified force against us, but hard to say.
Wonderful.
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe they found out they were being manipulated.
I wonder if some of them, if the divide is between Asmodeus and Arl, then we have an issue, right?
Possibly. They did say they didn't see any fisticuffs, but definitely seems to be a couple of different groups.
So there's bickering, but no outright conflict.
So it seems.
Very well.
Well, okay.
Is there anything we need to do before we head out?
So one thing which I've kind of hand waved a little bit is what exactly is happening with the Black Swords. Like, how many do you want to leave behind? How many do you want with you? Bearing in mind it does take him 3 days to muster the full amount, and if you guys are currently in East Haven, you would need to get message back, so it could still be 3 days, or we can say you did it before you left, with basically standing orders to go somewhere.
We would have.
Of course, we did it before we left.
Well, because that morning we were intending to talk to him, and unless everybody just scattered to all of the winds, we talked about it afterwards.
Yeah.
That's right. We were going to make Irilyssa do it. Or no, we were going to make
I
Elora
did do it.
Good.
Yeah.
The other thing was, now that sorry, I've been really ludicrously busy this week, so I haven't had time to coordinate this quite as much as I would have liked to, like I did last time. But with the Black Sword Scouts, if you'd stayed in East Haven for a further 3 days, which I think you did if you left on the 4th. Not in East Haven, in Caer Dineval, sorry. then yes, the scouts would have returned, and they would have reported much the same as Zagrax's did, saying there looks to be a weakness where you could probably get in, though they don't actually say anything about the different group going on. Zagrax's seem to have gotten a bit better info.
Okay. Well,
but they
honestly,
confirmed
we
that there
might
is indeed a
need
fortress down there.
Oh, wow.
Elora probably would have made Vulwin stay a day or two so we could like work out logistics. But yeah, and then we go to East Haven to report the
Good meeting in East
logistics.
Haven.
Yeah.
I like to think he was quiet the entire time there until he heard about the scouts. He's like, "Good, let's go."
And that's the extent of his input. Perfect.
Like, if there was something else you wanted to do in that time, Vulwin totally can. Like I said,
you could have.
Didn't arrange this nearly as well as I would have liked to, and that's entirely on me.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the only thing, and this doesn't have to be done now, maybe something on the side if there's any extra information. He would have tried to find some time where he could catch the bartender alone and actually converse with him, because he noticed that everybody is under like heavy. He was like kind of under like a heavy guard still, or being wary of what he was saying.
I mean, the tavern isn't usually that busy. Like, the population of Caer Dineval is quite small. Inflated, sure, by those who live up in the castle, but they tend to stay up in the castle unless they're on patrol. There may be, like, the odd villager who's actually from Caer Dineval that might stop in from time to time, but that's about it. So it's really not difficult to catch him alone.
Good. Yeah, he would have just spent time there and then eventually caught him all and maybe got some information about, like, anything that was going on. That would have been odd. But doesn't need to be done now.
Well, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check just to see what kind of information you get out of him.
19, and that was a GM roll, but
it was. That's a very good roll. So is there anything in particular you're trying to get out of him? Like any information about any particular topics, or just generic?
Actually, he was kind of curious as to before, like he had talked to him before previously. It didn't seem to be as tight-lipped about things. Actually, what was his reticence about, like, not saying anything, around this force that's here when they were around? Like, clearly, they're kind of an occupying force, it seems like. And just in general, like, what has transpired since the last time he's been there? If, like, they've started taking up, like, new habits, new, like, rituals or things in town that aren't, usual. If there's been any change with that, because there's this whole tree full of dead Duergar now. That was a step up from last time that were just heads on pikes.
Yeah, so he does mention that one of the abandoned buildings in Caer Dineval was found to be an outpost, essentially, of the Duergar, which the Black Swords rooted out, killed, and then basically put those bodies on show to say, this place is secure, like, this is our headquarters. And even though the Duergar, because of their powers, are able to work right under your noses, with us around, that's not a problem. Is that kind of statement that they were giving. But the tavern keeper was really quite guarded, talking to you still. And with that roll, you do eventually get out of him. It's because he's a little unsure about you, now that you and the Dawnbringers are working with the Black Swords. You've been given free entry. Nobody gets given free entry like that. Not unless they are wearing the amulet, which none of you are.
Okay. I think he'll explain the circumstances in regards to that, and that he himself necessarily shares no love towards the Black Swords.
And that that does definitely make him lift his mood a little bit, and then after that he actually offers to serve you, rather than just kind of standing at the bar facing off against you, not ever actually saying, hey, what do you want? It's just like, go on, spit it out.
He's been sitting there like a long time. Yeah, just been sitting there saying nothing.
Yes. In terms of other things from the Black Swords themselves, the one thing that he does report is, despite their very serious tone, and that's true pretty much to a person within the Black Swords, they don't seem bad. Like, everyone's unsure of who they are. They clearly treat the Duergar brutally, and as long as they maintain their sense of discipline within town, there have been no problems with the townsfolk. they're just normal people, but why are they coming to Caer Dineval in such numbers and seemingly just at random from the tundra? And most of them are coming in from the tundra.
Yeah, because he would have been curious if they were doing just like, forceful recruiting or not, and if they're just getting like random.
They just show up.
Tundra, that's
usually on their own, looking very lost.
Huh.
Cool.
Okay. Doesn't make me more suspicious about them at all.
No.
Puts
I mean,
that to rest.
we kind of knew that though. I forgot her name. Avatoris? No.
French lady.
French lady. Yeah.
Avarice.
There we go.
Yeah.
I was like, it's so close to dragon. She did say that they were bringing in like reborn, not undead necessarily, but reborn
Maybe.
people.
People
she said
finding
people
new
that were given a
purpose.
second chance at life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that.
How very Dark Souls. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think that's enough information for now, just to be like,
Yeah.
great. They're great. Love them.
Yay.
Smile.
Okay. Elora, I interrupted you earlier when I started talking. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No. She's just honestly trying to like a good relation. Which I mean, no, with Kadrath is not difficult, but
Nope. And
I
you
don't
really
like
are.
Jarard. I'm your best friend.
Yeah.
And you really are treated as like guests of honor while you're staying there. You've got a place at like the high table during meals with Kadrath. You see nothing of Avarice at all. Like she doesn't make an appearance once during your time there. But you're given like the best amenities and things within the castle. You're given like one of the highborn guest chambers essentially, like on the same floor as Kadrath. You really are treated well while you stay there.
Wow.
Both of you.
Okay. It doesn't help that he's insufferable, but it's okay.
There's got to be a time that he stops talking, right?
Right.
He's insufferable, and no, he doesn't stop talking, but he is a pretty gracious host.
Yeah, because I mean, everything that you said that the scouts came back with information is what Elora would have been asking about. So, yeah.
Was there anything
More
in particular you
information.
wanted to ask the scouts? Because you would have had a chance to talk to them too.
I mean, how they get in and out.
Through
The
the front
faction
door.
thing was really important. Yeah, through the front door. Yeah.
Well, they didn't know about the faction thing. That was from Zagrax.
Oh yeah. I guess they didn't know about that. If they tend to leave in one direction or not the other, like like when they're actually leaving the area. I mean.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah.
All of the activity they saw, which was not as much as they would have expected from a fortress the size it is, and it is a big fortress, seemed to be on patrol. However, there were tracks, old tracks, like a path which had been worn into the ground but was now completely snowed over, like it hasn't been used for some time, leading to the west.
Okay. Great. Elora
But there
will
was
mark
evidence
that
of
up
like
on the
broken carts and things like that along that pathway.
map.
West.
That was my main question, just to like get an idea of where they might, so we don't just run into them.
Let's bring back the map so you guys can see a little bit more.
We actually had a faint idea of their original possible pathing, if that was them, back when we were over there. That other set of tracks.
Yeah, if it was them.
Yeah, it might have been. Who knows?
Did anybody hear from Danica at all? Like,
Oh yeah,
Danica
no, I
saying,
did.
Oh, hey, there's a ton of little short guys here that become big guys, and they're breaking down our door.
No. Elora
good.
will tell you. She said, "Oh, I talked to Danica, and she says that she's almost done with the basic repairs, and that she's hoping, or they are hoping to have more of a semblance of flight soon."
Awesome. Wonderful.
Yeah. I told her if she could meet us in Sunplate Fortress if she was ready, but I don't know, or it's hard. I don't know who I'm talking to anymore. It's quite far, but maybe she'll test fly it.
Wonderful.
Them.
Them.
Descended.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
yeah.
hard.
It's not so much like gender pronouns or anything. It's just the fact that it's plural.
It's more than one
plural,
person.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
That would be so weird.
Yep. I didn't want to forget about Danica.
It's just like talking to any other hive mind. It's not a big issue.
Wow.
Yeah, like we do that on the regular.
We do now.
Not wrong.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to ask. Did you want to ask them anything, Vulwin?
Nope.
Okay. That works.
I know where to go
No,
kill stuff. Let's go.
We have met the Duragar, so it's not like we don't know what they're about. But
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Party time! Woo!
Actually, the only thing this is Kadroth, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Well, and the scouts, yeah.
Yeah, and the scouts and stuff. They're like during this like entire like quiet of this conversation of him just going on and on. I think he'd butt in once. He'd be like, "Have you ever actually killed a Duragar?"
To Kadroth.
You won't say actually, but have you ever killed a Duragar?
Yes, actually, I was out directing one of the patrols in town, and one of the blighters tried to run past me, so I stabbed him in the back as he tried to flee. Not going to escape from me, no, sir. Absolutely not.
Do I need an insight roll to even know that?
Go for it. Roll it.
Okay.
Elora thinks it's a lie.
It sounds like a lie.
She's just gonna go on her gut.
16.
Actually, you get every inference from him that's probably true.
Oh wow!
Oh.
This thing was probably dead. And like,
Oh no, it was a Duragar
Just like-
who was running away that he stabbed in the back as they fled past him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not exactly
Like most people
honorable.
probably wouldn't brag about this, but
Yeah.
the fact it was a Duragar that he killed, he brags about it.
I
Okay.
see.
All right, got you.
I was expecting like, oh, of course I did. My guards held it down for me so I could stab it. At least it's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Joy.
Not that far though.
No,
It was running past me and I stabbed it in its kidney. Okay.
Okay. Right.
So,
Okay.
you did issue, or you asked Kadroth to issue the mustering call to meet you in East Haven?
East Haven, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
hmm
call the mustard.
I don't know where
yes.
they told me to meet, but somewhere.
I mean, with a decent sized force, I'm sure it would not be hard to figure out where they've set up an encampment in a mostly ghost town.
Well, in East Haven, they pretty much just commandeer some of the abandoned buildings. There's enough of them.
Abandoned building.
Not a day goes by that in a town you don't just like walk past a black sword. Like there's somewhere there. You'd be like, hey, where are you hanging out?
Yeah, and there are notably more. Though you do, now that you guys are in East Haven, like you're kind of used to seeing the patrols out and about while you were there previously. You say basically no patrols. Like when he said we're mustering all the guards, he meant we are mustering all the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So just for my own sanity, we said that there was about 100 total that you could recruit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What did you want where?
We want
Well,
the soldiers at the Duragar.
cool.
All 100 of them?
Drop.
No, I said something. We were kind of talking around like somewhere between 60 to 75%, like a quarter of the forces in general to meet up there, leaving some behind to still like defend the 10 towns in case there was like, other raiding parties or something that were out. Do you want me to just roll to see who makes
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Roll a D100. Let's see how many we get.
We'll add up 60, 75.
Let's
I was
take
going
80.
to say 65 going to Sunblight, which leaves 35.
Wonderful.
How many of those 35 do you want in East Haven? How many do you want to have in Cardinival?
All in
And
East
do you want to
Haven,
try
in
anyone
Cardinal,
anywhere
yeah.
else? Like, do you want anyone out on patrol still?
Nope.
Are these are these 100 across the entirety of the 10 towns?
Uh,
It depends on where you want
Just
No.
These
Okay.
are the
was
black
wondering where you're
swords
getting them
which
from.
Kadroth was able to rally
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
in 3 days.
It's good enough.
So you're going to put the last 35 just defending East Haven with nobody in Caer Dineval. He's leaving a skeleton crew there. He's not stupid. He's not abandoning it.
Oh, okay, he still has people
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Avarice
we
is
have
still
that.
Caer
And-
Dineval
yeah.
fell. What do we do?
Oh,
Avarice is
no.
there too, so
Yeah, you go ahead and go out there and Sunblight while we take over Caer Dineval.
Oh no.
We'll watch it for you. I mean, take
Just
care
do,
of,
like,
not take over.
16 in East Haven, or no, 17 in East Haven, 16 in Caer Dineval. That's
Sure, split them.
Nah.
Okay.
It's. I also know we do know that Elora will have told you that Kelvin's company out because they're fighting the goblins, and maybe they'll come back.
Goblins.
They have
Boy,
not
what a
as
tough
yet. But
challenge.
yeah, there is a fair bit of talk that the Kelvin's company had finally tracked the goblins down to their stronghold, which was southeast of East Haven, and they've gone off there to give them what for.
Ah, Goblin Stronghold. Sounds tough.
as long as it's not
It's one of
goblins.
the places he
we're
could have
fine.
gone to.
They have
Yeah?
a good AC. Like it could be tough.
Eh,
I assume it was somewhere down here.
Maybe.
East.
I don't know.
Southeast.
I don't know where these goblins are.
We saw the tracks leading to the mountains from the burned out buildings when we were
Oh,
going to
you're
the
right,
to
you're
the
right.
dogs.
It could have been the goblins, and it wasn't the Durgar at all.
Could have been another Durgar base. Who knows?
the Goblin Stronghold of New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yes, that was it.
All right.
I mean, it's
so
Kelvin's company though, so everything's fine.
Yeah.
What's the plan now? Like you've assembled here in East Haven now.
We're off to see the wizard.
Yeah. Let's go see. Let's go start heading south across the
With all
tundra.
the people.
Yeah, we may as
Well,
well
do we
go
have
as a
any
whole
like?
crew.
Well, if we know the location, yeah.
Yeah.
We might want to go in chunks though, so we're not like super obvious. Everyone is going in at once.
Well,
I mean,
a small force noticed is still a large force in our
I
case.
suppose so.
And split apart, we can be picked apart. So,
yeah.
just in case.
If they don't like, from the sounds of it, they didn't have a ton of like patrols out there. If we don't run into any of them, then surprise, there's 100 people hammering down their door. Well, not 100, but like what, 70?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean,
65.
we have to figure out how to get the portcullis open anyway. So I guess when we get closer, we can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, based on intelligence, we should be able to march close to the area, and then,
No, we do have a map too, but
Yeah. yeah, we know the location, but the scouts know the location more.
Okay. Are you
might
going to go straight along the tundra? Or are you going to go via the roads? Because the tundra will probably be slower, because moving an army across tundra is difficult.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it sounds like heading through. If we actually take the roads, yeah, we can pass down through Goodmead and Dugan's Hole and across to the prior
Man, we should have
hillside.
done
Then we'd skirt
Goodmead.
the. Yeah, and then we can skirt the outside of the mountains there. That would definitely be quicker than passing across the
right.
like, this super hilly area.
As much as
Fair
I
enough.
want to come marching through Dugan's Hole with a small army, I don't know. I think just going straight down might be better because we don't want to tip off these guys about Danica.
That we're all going. Oh,
Well-
well, there's Danica, but also like,
It's true.
Isn't
They're
Danica
more
like
likely.
right here? Actually,
yeah, I don't know. She said that the Sunlight Fortress was far away
She's down here.
from her.
yeah. Oh, she is on the other side of that mountain. Okay,
Well,
Yeah.
because I thought we thought the signal was there, but it was actually further up. I
Yeah.
don't think we ever went down to where it's marked on there.
Yeah,
No,
we're maybe
no, I
going
think
in
we
from
did.
the north there.
But
Did we? Okay.
yeah,
So
'cause we met like the doggy person around here.
Oh yeah.
how quick question, if I can talk to you about it, how used to the travel in the tundra is this group? Whoever's in charge of them, do they know like they're used to traveling? Because if not, if we go straight down through the tundra, they might be completely fatigued by the time we get there, and it's almost worthless
Yeah.
if we
Give
get like
me an
back.
insight check.
Okie dokie.
Or could I go talk to him?
You could talk to them.
Going and talk to them is a way
alright.
to definitely get that information.
I would
The
say
undead
either
don't get fatigued.
both of you give me an insight check, or Vulwin does it with advantage. Because this is still like appraisal. This isn't just, are you any good at tundras? And they'd be like, yeah. Are they lying about that?
Yeah, my you know my wisdom, so do with it what
So
you will.
advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Take
I'll take
advantage.
advantage then.
Okay.
Make sure that's a public roll, and I got an 8. Why is this
With-
TPM? This is to public.
With advantage?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
they're
a 1
both
and a
really low
2.
rolls.
Oh,
Oof.
man.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah, we're
intending
good
to
at it.
take them through the tundra, but I want to see if they actually like could do it. And it's like if I don't have confidence that they necessarily could.
it's difficult to
Most people
tell.
don't.
Like, they seem to be dressed in warm clothing, and you know from your time at Caer Dineval that many of them came in off of the tundra. So what connotations that exactly has, you're not sure.
They're undead, and undead don't get exhausted, so we should be fine.
We don't know that they're
Know
undead.
that.
You have
It's
a
an easy
very
way to
easy way
find
of
out.
telling if they're undead or not. Just
Should we look
saying.
at Zagrax?
Yeah.
Zagrax,
Zag-
are they stinky?
Are they stinky?
That is a fair point. We probably would have, yeah. Yeah, I'll just, use
Casually.
one of my casual divine sense, just kind of in the midst of when we're going and figuring this out.
Use one of your most important, class
Most
features.
important, yeah, that I don't ever use.
Paladin ability,
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, arguably the other important one is I can go and cure diseases and poisons
That's true. That's
Very
true.
true.
innately, which is kind of sweet.
How soon till you can cure curses, too?
Eventually.
I don't know. Can paladins actually end up curing curses?
I hope so.
I don't think they can.
For personal
Yeah.
reasons.
Well, I probably can't, being,
Oh,
Yeah.
darn.
Okay, well, that's fun.
Okay. Through the towns it is.
Through the
Oh.
towns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once I get back to the group, and we're alone before moving out.
He'll just go, I don't necessarily know what to think about them, but they have every black sword has a lingering scent of undeath
Oh.
and also cinnamon, so I don't know what that means. But
Hang
considering
on a
how
Zagrax, roll me an intelligence check.
That's a good call. Hey,
How
am I
festive.
intelligent? My intelligence isn't bad. It's pretty bad, though.
It's exactly what you just said.
It's cinnamon. Oh, okay.
Undeath and sin. So now we're all like confused. We're like, does that mean they're undead? Or does that just mean they've been around dead bodies?
That's what I know.
Oh boy.
well,
okay.
Yeah. Is there anything involved with the smell of cinnamon in preparing bodies for burial that I know about? Like, would it normally be cloves instead?
Yeah, if they're going to be put in like a stew, yeah.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, where's my character sheet? It's minimized. There we go. Character int. Not disadvantage.
No.
And awesome.
18.
Oh, it's still 2 GM. Oops.
That's fine.
It's
18.
18.
Oh.
So you know that spices can be used to mask the scent of decay, though cinnamon seems like kind of an expensive one to do for that. So unless every single one of them was particularly highborn, it seems unlikely.
They're just really festive for the holidays.
Maybe they were all highborn.
It's the world's nobles congregating in one place.
Yeah.
Cinnamon. Well, if they fall in battle, at least we can use them for, spicing tea later, muffins or something.
Zagrax is just gonna stare at Tahko like, are you serious or are you kidding?
I'm kidding. That's my humor.
Right.
Which way are we going?
South, ultimately.
Yes, no matter what, we're going south.
Good.
Are we going to the east of the Redwater or to the west of the Redwaters?
Please not through.
No, we're not going through.
Well, if we go through Goodmead, and this way we only have to cross one river here. If we go the other way, we have to cross this river and that river.
You
And
know
it's
that
the big
the
river that
only
scares me.
you know that the only actual bridge over the Red Run is the 10 Trail that leads south.
Oh. Okay.
There.
Oh, it's here.
And then we'd still have to cross one anyway.
Yeah, that's a long way.
All right. Well, bear with me. I've got an idea. This is terrible.
Oh no.
We
It might
can
not be
cross
that
this
terrible.
river. Cross this river here.
And we're gonna walk
and
all.
no. How do you snap to center? And then we go
No.
all the way
No.
across.
Now
Tahko,
that's a
no.
really bad
Hey!
Tahko,
So you
that's
want
a
to
horrible
take
idea.
them? You want to
We
take
have to
them
cross
further?
the biggest river.
So you want to
Anyway.
you want to triple our travel time in the tundra where it's already difficult to travel?
Tahko,
Of
here,
course not.
located planet.
Yeah, we are still best because we have to cross the water no matter what. Even if this river over here might be small in the tundra, we do have to
Yeah.
cross the river at some point. So the best way is going to be near the hillside area.
Okay. So what are we
That's
going to do about
dangerous.
Dugan's Hole? Are we just going to walk right through it?
Just walk through that, or just walk around it. It's not a big.
Yeah, we could walk through it or around it.
We can go
Good.
around, but we can just go like outside of the outskirts. We don't have to take the full swing.
I
Yeah.
think we should just keep the guards, we could just stay in the middle of our group.
You're tall
Are-
enough where they're gonna see you anyway.
They'll
Are
be
all the
hostile
black
to
swords
anyone.
human?
Yeah,
Good
are there any
question.
Goliath black swords?
Yes, I would say that there are a couple, like they're rare, but there are a couple of Goliaths. It's majority human with a couple of dwarves and a couple of halflings, but majority human.
Okay.
And a few half-elves. No elves.
And a Goliath or two?
Yeah.
No Dragonborn, though.
No.
We'll stick out like sore thumbs. Well, we won't, because Irylyssa's white and I'm silver. We blend into the snow pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have noticed that you're pretty rare out here, so no Dragonborn, no gnomes, no elves, but there are a scattering of dwarves, halflings, Goliaths, and half-elves. And half-orcs.
I mean,
There's a few
the
half-orcs.
smartest thing would just be to go around.
Yeah.
Much as I hate to say it.
Yeah, a big enough force that we don't really have to worry about them instigating anything, or they're really stupid, but we don't want to even just get in there and have a problem.
I mean, if we
Right.
really want to make sure that these folks are battle ready enough to fight a fortress, we could, sharpen their teeth a little.
Oh, be like, this town of
No.
Duragar. This town is full of Duragar. Everybody here's
Yeah.
a Duragar.
It's called Duragar Hole.
Oh,
If we do that, then the rest of the 10 towns will be against the Black Swords. We're not doing that.
Oh
No,
no! What a shame
actually-
that would be.
It's annoying. It's what it is.
No, they'd never find out. Who's going to report it?
That's a good point, actually. It'll take a while.
Just
I
make
mean-
sure there's no survivors from Dugan's Hole.
Or the black swords.
Yeah.
We purged
The
Dugan's
joke's on
Hole
us. We're going to
Duragar.
get down there, and there's going to be no one in Dugan's Hole when we go back.
So we're
Good.
going this
Oh,
way?
it's a shame.
Yeah, we'll go
Yes.
find Dugan's
We'll
Hole.
take the road.
Go around.
and
Man,
we'll
we
take
could have
the,
stayed in good mead. That's whatever.
I think it's
Actually,
probably better that we
um,
didn't, because then we don't have a massing of black swords and good mead.
Real quick, very important question. The entrance to Sunblight Fortress and this the way to potentially enter. What section of the mountain was it on? Is it north, or is it nested in the middle, like where we see the icon?
It's nested in the middle.
Are we
but
going the
it's-
right way?
It's nested in the middle, but there is like a pass that passes through there. So if you zoom right in, you can see that there is like a pass that goes east to
Yeah,
west.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's
I just wanna make sure
nestled
that
in the
that's-
center of that pass, kind of up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
good. I just want to make sure that that is the correct route to take.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
That's fine. Let's go.
All right. So are you... How would this work? They're still a separate entity to you. You're not like their officers or anything. So you can kind of just say, all right, we're going to go on Sunblight. It's time. And they're like, all right, let's go to Sunblight. It's time.
Yeah.
And they organize themselves. You give them some information about the route they should take, but otherwise this is on them to do. And as
we can
you...
lead ahead of them too.
Yeah, are you staying with them? Are you going ahead of them? Are you going behind them?
Stay with them.
Yeah.
It's
Um,
just-
I-
front.
I want to at least, I would hope that I'm good enough, but at least go and ride to Goodmead to let them know that the Black Swords are passing through, so that they're not just like, hey, look, there's an entire army of Black Swords
Yeah.
showing up.
I was wondering if anyone was going to do that.
Yeah, me.
Eh.
Okay. Then yes, you march with them, and within about half an hour of leaving East Haven, although everyone's kind of grouped together, there is no real sense of a marching column. There is no proper organization of logistics. This is a group, effectively, of farmers who are out on the march right now with no military leadership whatsoever.
Huh. What? I thought they were organized.
Oh, they are. They can get themselves from point A to point B, but they are not a military force, and that's pretty clear. Like, the most militarized people that you have seen are probably the guards that were up in Caer-Dineval.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
So it is what it is.
So, this group makes their way from East Haven to Goodmead, and I need to double check to see how long that would take ordinarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, after observing this, I'm gonna have
Like
to
an hour.
talk to Zagrax and be like, "Hey, have you noticed they're not working very well?"
Seems
They're not working very well.
they're
their
busted.
exploits have been slightly exaggerated.
Well, if they could kill something, I'm sure that's important and all, but this is the kind of group that's likely to scatter the moment something bad happens.
You're
Are
not
they?
wrong.
Well, they're not. Doesn't look like there's anybody really leading them. Which is kind of a every person for themselves situation.
There is actually
Hey.
someone who's leading them,
Oh.
though you suspect that had Kadroth actually been there himself, it would probably have been better organized than under this guy. And this guy does have a
Okay.
name as soon as I can remember where it is.
It's okay.
That's saying something.
Said he'll be like leaning, like if
He has a name.
No,
Leading.
it's, Kadroth
you
is a
could call
pompous
that leading.
asshole, but he's not incompetent, is what
mean-
I'm getting
Oh, yeah,
out of this.
These are.
He has-
I feel like this is more like a mob force that works together in like a city environment than
Yeah.
a trained military. Is what
So
it's describing.
what these guys are a militia. They're
Mhm.
good in small groups. They're used to being out in patrols of maybe up to 10 people, although that'd be pretty big. They're usually like 4 or 5. And they're very good at just like roaming around, keeping an eye on things. As soon as you get them together in a collective force of large number, any sense of logistics that they had is just lost, because they're still working in their small patrol units, but they don't have like a large force logistics. Like, if you wanted to camp for the night, how's that going to work? They don't have an organization system for that. They might be carrying enough supplies for themselves, but there is no like baggage train.
Yeah, it's like everybody's going to create like a their own small encampment of varying
Hey,
degrees.
if they can get there and back on their own, it's fine by me.
I mean, yeah.
I think
basically
it's
traveling
okay
with them.
if they act like they are their groups of 10.
Yeah, breaking them up into like 6 groups of 10 or
That's
6
what they're
groups of
doing.
11 is
No,
probably
they're doing it.
just a good
Yeah.
setup. For
If that's what they're doing naturally, it's not really that bad.
Maybe just staying with the people
Yeah.
they knew.
So there are 2 who seem to be in charge. The captain, we'll call him, is a tiefling called Fel, and then his lieutenant is a human called Huarwar. I'll put them in chat to
Okay.
spell them.
Who are we?
Huarwar.
War.
Huarwar.
Who are?
War.
Who am I?
They're
Why
ready
does
to
the human
go.
have a weird name?
I don't know. They're ready to go to Huarwar.
You tell me how you would pronounce that.
Huarwar. No, that's Warwar.
War.
That's actually exactly how I
Warwar.
wrote it down.
I hope he's not a
Or what?
horrible captain.
Captain Fell. That's easy.
Yeah. I hope not.
Google, pronounce this for me.
War.
Huarwar.
But anyway, the group does set out from East Haven to Goodmead, and we'll say that you left morning of the 7th day. Oops. And it is going to take you...
We can just call him War for short.
War, yeah.
What about Huar?
No,
War.
War. Because we're going
War.
to war.
No, it's pronounced Huar.
War.
War.
Huar.
I'm such a war.
It takes you most of the day to get from East Haven to Goodmead. It's 9 hours march. So you go slightly longer than you would normally, but you know where Goodmead is.
Yeah, because we're in a big group now.
Mm-hmm.
It used to take us like 2 hours.
Yeah, because we were 5 people.
Uh,
Do these people not have legs?
yeah,
About to,
what
like,
the hell?
return these to Cinder.
I mean, we've been like really booking
So,
it everywhere.
yeah, real talk though. So 8 hours between East Haven.
Yeah, East Haven to Goodmead, 9 hours.
That makes more sense.
We're
Actually,
taking the road, right? I mean,
That just
But I
shows
mean-
how poor it would have been going over the tundra.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know me, we got
It's taking
lost before we
forever.
got there.
we still have to go over the tundra. I mean,
Well,
Less
yeah,
tundra.
but like those are like not like mountainous, terrible passes. Like they're like passes that are next to a forest. It's still like mostly tundra flatland.
And we've been that way before.
yeah, but these guys haven't. Not all of them.
It's okay. We have other things to worry about than them crossing the tundra.
All right.
So, you arrive in Goodmead. As evening is very much falling, are you going to stay in Goodmead? Are you going to stay in the outskirts? Zagrax, you marched ahead. You let Olivesa and the various guards of Goodmead know that they are coming. And you are met by probably the entire mustered force of Goodmead, just kind of eyeing them warily because you are an armed force, but like no weapons drawn or anything like that. Just kind of standoffish, like, you're welcome to stay here, but don't screw with the town. Like, it's guarded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Elora will suggest that they like stay on the outskirts of town so they're not just like taking up a ton of space. But
Yeah, but they can still dip into town for a bit.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, because
Gotta
Goodmead
get the
doesn't have
Goodmead
any more
morale
abandoned.
bonus.
Everybody
Yeah,
go in
Goodmead-
and buy a mug.
Yeah,
yeah,
Goodmead
hire
doesn't
collector's
have
mug.
abandoned buildings anymore, right? They're running out of space.
Oh.
Oh, they are
Yeah.
completely out of space. There's a fairly extensive tent city, like outside the wooden buildings,
Mhm.
from all the refugees from East Haven.
I mean, wouldn't they start heading back home now that everything's
Oh,
been squared away?
Several
over
did,
there?
but they're pretty comfortable in Goodmead now. It's well organised and it has decent supplies.
It's like
Mhm.
nice and
Fair
Goodmead.
enough.
yeah. Despite how good you might say it is in East Haven now, who knows? I don't want to take that chance if I'm already in Goodmead.
And there does seem to be like a fairly booming construction trade in Goodmead at the moment. Like, this town is growing and is growing quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we
Nice.
did like invest like organization into that, so it's good that it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, it has a bit of a boomtown type feel to it.
Yeah.
And now we're bringing
Cool.
in a whole military force to spend money.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, it's your last night able to drink, guys. You might as well blow it all here.
That's what they want to do.
Turn into a Las Vegas.
And
Try not
Oh.
There's so many situations there.
as you're saying this, I'm guessing you're saying this.
Yeah, I'll joke about it.
You notice that a good number of them look over towards where Fell is standing, and he himself like looks over the gathered group, looks towards Goodmead, and eventually gives a very slow nod. And with that, there's not exactly a huzzah, but there's definitely like an acceleration of a good number of the marchers to Goodmead. And while the guards tense up initially, a good number of the guards suddenly leave their posts and meet up with the group coming from the Black Swords, because there's actually a large number of East Haven citizens in the Black Swords, and there's a good number of Goodmead citizens, East Haven people living in Goodmead. And you see families effectively being reunited. People that have not seen each
Okay.
other for an extended period reuniting and like finding that each other like, oh, you're still alive? Didn't die out there? Well done. Kind of thing. Just like, oh, I thought you were done for living out in the farms as you do. So there is definitely a reunion type thing, and the mood immediately lifts because of this, and people start to stream into the mead hall, and there is soon sound of merrymaking coming from within.
Okay, I was gonna say I was gonna walk with the Black Swords guys to Goodmead and kind of keep an eye on them. But the second that everything kind of goes into that reunion thing, it'll be like, okay, we're good. Still go with them, but less to keep an eye on, babysit, more to join
Party
in.
with them. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
We might
Not
have
party
sparked
with them, but like just be there, morale boost,
We
if
may
that's
have
even a thing.
we may have just sparked a small baby boom in 9 months.
Hey,
Oh dear.
that's the last thing we need.
We don't need more mouths to feed.
Well, we're about to lose about 65, so it'll be fine.
Oof.
Your confidence is great here.
Roughly how many of them have that like reunion feel, and how many of them don't? Like rough guesstimates.
Give me an give me a what would this be? Insight check.
Nice.
Oh, yeah?
17.
Nice.
More than you would have expected.
Okay.
And quite a few of the ones that were reunited definitely looked like they were farmers from the outskirts of East Haven. Like there was definitely a fairly large farming community. You saw that when you were traveling in that area. And they seem to be the ones that seem to be reuniting. And there is definitely a genuine sense of surprise on a lot of people's faces. Like they thought that these people were dead. Like they'd written them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I was just the whole fact of them coming from the tundra bit. I was just kind of how many of them are like, not involved with all this? Because as we know, Caerdinival had like 12 people total.
Yeah, right. I really like the. I thought you were dead. Well, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, maybe.
I'm gonna say, kind of eavesdropping on some conversations. Is there any like weird hiccups like that?
The most you hear from like one person as they let their guard down because they've just been reunited with a long lost wife type deal. And she comes out, tears in her eyes, saying, I thought you were dead. And he responds, I should be.
Okay.
All
Nice.
right, then.
But I'm not, I'm here. Type thing. I should be,
Yeah.
but I'm not, and I'm here.
But otherwise,
Makes sense.
everything else is just kind of normal. Nice.
Normal, I mean,
Well, yeah,
It's-
as
it's
much
really
as it can be
difficult
for a.
to- because on the one hand, people are ecstatic, especially from the Goodmead side, to see these people. And there is definitely a sense of happiness from the Black Swords side, but there's also that guardedness, which has always been around the Black Swords.
Okay.
Between that and the fact that they're marching to war.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
marching's the wrong term, but
And actually, like, you
Scuttling.
definitely got that sense of trepidation leaving East Haven. You're actually frankly surprised that some of the people in this group are marching to war, but they seem willingly going. There is no, like, holding back. You don't notice anyone, like, trying to slip away and deserting the force as they go. They actually seem like a pretty united, not high spirits, but, for lack of a better word, disciplined force going to Goodmead.
I see. Well,
Good.
And it's not disciplined as in they're marching in order or anything. No, it's disciplined as it's stoic. There you go. Better word.
Yeah.
all right.
Well, we can use that.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Wow.
you wish to do in Goodmead yourselves?
Drink.
pretty much just get like a drink,
That.
You're like, we were
kind of
already
just
here.
chat with people, keep the morale up, and then move on.
Yeah.
Determined. That's another. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a
Good
better
word,
word,
too.
actually, determined. That teapot's very hot. Ow.
Ow. Oh no.
Unfortunate.
I wasn't holding it by the handle, and that was a mistake.
Yes.
Yup.
Okay, so at some point during the day, Irilyssa seeks you out, and she sits down with you as you guys are in the mead hall. Like, oh, I'm pleased to see that you're still here, and you've brought quite the crowd with you.
Yeah, we did. Sorry, it's a lot of a huge influx of people, but we'll only be here for the night, so.
We're quite used to having groups of people arriving, but never quite such a large force.
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing?
Going to war.
Against who? I understand you don't like Dugan's Hole very much, but is it really worth all this?
No,
Dark-
we're getting rid of another blight.
Dark dwarves.
There are Durgar threatening the 10 towns, and they need to be taken care of.
Yes,
Or-
we of course have heard stories, and Kadroth spoke of it at length during the Speakers' Council. I'm pleased that something is finally being done about it. How did you raise such a force so quickly? I had not heard any call to arms or musters or anything.
Well, Kadroth really likes us for some reason. So
Yeah. The moment you say the word Dirigar, he says, how many forces do we want
Yeah.
to send?
We
So
said
we asked-
Durakar, he said how many?
as we had a common enemy, we asked if the Black Swords would help us take them out. And he agreed.
They rallied in such force. That is impressive. I'm pleased that the 10 towns have a friend such as Kadroth, then.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
It's unusual,
Yeah.
but and these are very strange times.
Yeah.
And you are, of course, welcome here, but you said you were going again tomorrow?
Mhm.
Yes, we'll be leaving tomorrow.
And you do see that there is like an expression of relief on her face. That there's a large group of people that you've just introduced to a already stretched thin town are not staying longer.
And don't worry, I encourage them to spend all their money so I won't weigh them down on the trip.
What?
Well, we appreciate that anyway. Is there anything, not that we have too much to offer, but anything we can do to help in this task you're going to?
Unless you know about a fortress or have any people that are eager to go kill Duragar.
Lot of pack animals with carts.
Stay strong.
Well, there might be some problems with that, Zagrax.
Carts
yeah.
we could
We still
provide.
have
I
to
mean,
cross the river.
we did
Yeah,
used
I
to.
don't know.
We can provide carts. We did used to be a significant trading town, and well, caravans, although they have started again, are still much more infrequent than they once were. We could probably spare a few.
Do we need them?
Sure.
I'll go with that. Finding a spot in the conversation to leave. We'll just go and kind of talk to Captain Fell and see if that would help them move any faster or not. And
Okay, let me just go and remember who the hell Fell is.
It's the
What his-
captain.
Yeah, I know who he is, but I'm...
yeah, but what personality-wise?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
And now loading NPC.
was gonna say, which Zagrax definitely at times, like, you know, he's pretty, you know, dense and doesn't pick up on a lot of stuff, but you can tell whenever there's like he's been training with the guard or any of this stuff, there's definitely a sense of discipline and rigidity that comes out when he's talking about the military kind of stuff. I mean, it's still Zagrax. It's not like he changes to a completely different person, but there's definitely more of a...
Yeah.
Do you expect the roads to continue this way all the way to the fortress?
Oh, no, definitely not. It ends right after Dugan's Hole.
Then we would be travelling across untamed tundra then, yes?
Was that a yes to get the carts?
That was
No.
a yes, as in I am asking a question.
Is it
Oh.
Vespa?
We were
Yeah,
going
it's-
across
it's-
untamed tundra.
Yeah, it's pretty much untamed from the south of Dugan's Hole.
The extra capacity from these carts would certainly be appreciated, but perhaps we should switch out the wheels for sleds.
It's a good idea.
I will see that it is done. Have them delivered to the main camp sometime this evening.
Okay.
Dude, it's so intense.
Love this guy.
He gives you a curt nod and goes off to deal with another problem, which Army Commander's always dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'll head back to the group and relay that to Irilyssa and make sure she's okay with the wheels being replaced, and then
Yes, of
assuming
course.
all is well.
That sounds actually like a very good idea. We have quite a few carpenters in town now, so I'll make sure that those changes are made and have them delivered to you. Should have 5 or 6. I hope they help.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Yeah, that's a better idea for going across the ice too.
Yep.
Okay, anything else you wanted to do this evening?
I'm just
Nope.
gonna hang out unless somebody wants me to do something.
Is
I-
Irilyssa going to have a night service?
Yeah,
Yeah.
either a night service or a morning service, and whichever one
night
Zagrax is
service.
going to.
Yeah, I'll join in. Sure.
Blessings
Yeah.
of the Moon Mother upon thee.
Worship Moon for good tidings.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Irilyssa, is there
I wanna see what
anything
your things are all about?
in particular you want to bring up during this service? Like sometimes priests can use services like this to espouse a certain virtue or a certain idea or a certain ideal.
I think that she's going to use. The moon is an example of being a light in the darkness, just really hitting that point home, and how by taking on this threat, we too are being shining light on this darkness.
Give me a religion check.
With advantage? Question
With
mark?
advantage, yeah, I would say it is.
Oh.
Just trying to think about that. Yeah, with advantage.
In her own church. If she doesn't get advantage in her own church.
A 16.
Okay. Each of you that are currently in the Church of Saloon, is there anyone that didn't go? Okay. You each get the effects of Bless until I say otherwise.
Wow.
Nice.
As you feel just this sense of comfort
Oops.
settling over your shoulders like an old cloak. It's this warmth, this kind of idea of reliability, and it's very, very comforting.
How many of the black swords attend?
None.
A shame.
Well, at least it's paying
Hmm.
However, quite a few people from Goodmead itself do attend, but no, none of the Black Swords.
Yeah, Irilyssa, that was nice. He's got his hat off.
Well, I'm glad to see all of you here.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I went to a religious event like this. That was really that was a lot more radiant than I thought it would.
Irilyssa like that.
Yeah, that looks like you bring a lot of comfort to a lot of people.
Hopefully. But we should all get rest. We've got
Right.
a long way to travel, and I'm going to assume very many problems to deal with. I bid
Yep.
you all good night.
Good
And
night.
she's gonna go off into her little chamber.
Oh yeah, she has like a room.
It's
Just
more
a
than just a
closet.
little chamber. Like, this place is pretty well attended. You are a high priestess, after all.
Like I said, I'll go get a bed in the inn.
Right.
Yeah,
the mead
and-
hall.
At this point, like, you're all very, very welcome guests here, and you haven't had to pay for a room for a while. And, like, all the drinks and things. Like, even though you might try to offer money, it's never accepted.
We had to like sneak it into the till.
Right.
It's
Or just-
it's definitely more of those like the tip jar instead of putting a couple of copper in or whatever. It's just kind of like gold piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put it on the counter.
Well, whatever you feel is appropriate for a meal and probably several drinks. And the quality of what they're offering, although still fairly basic, is definitely better. And there are now some goods which you had not seen in Goodmead for a while. So, for example, there is now some of the different fish varieties that come from the more northern lakes. There are some fresh venison, for example, that's just come down in a caravan from Lonelywood. Things like that.
Nice.
It's exciting.
I'll drop a gold.
And with that, you all rest for the evening. And we are now on the next morning.
Woo!
Wonderful. To Dugan's Hole we shall go.
To war. I mean, Dugan's Hole.
That's where the actual Sunplate Citadel is.
No.
No, this time I'm not riding out to go tell Dugan's Hole there's an army coming through, but I'm gonna like,
Oh,
because I don't want to talk to him, but
are you gonna like ride up to a hill like somewhere outside there and just sit there and
Yes.
they're just wondering what's going on? And, like hours later, like this whole
There's-
force arrives over the mountain.
there's an armored dragonborn on a big old moose just riding along on
On
it
it-
and just stops on a hill.
Honestly, what we should do is just have Tahko put his mask back on and then ride Johan through the town.
And
Nice.
terrify everyone.
You know,
No.
The screaming black swords are coming. Yeah.
I'm not upset about it.
So how are you
Yeah.
dealing with Dugan's Hole?
But I'll just let the captain know that Dugan's Hole is not receptive in any way, shape, or form to outsiders. So it's best for everybody that we keep a fair distance from the town.
We are used to being ostracized from time to time. The treatment we would get at Dugan's Hole is of no surprise. We'll go around it.
Great. Not great on ostracized, but great that you understand.
So
So we'll
I can-
say
at,
that...
at,
Yep, go on.
say at worst is probably that inner red line.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Except things get complicated. Give me a second.
And then you can
Yay!
actually travel uphill and downhill.
Yay.
It's gonna take people more effort now. We can come to stop maybe at the bottom of the foothills near the what is that? The sled graveyard?
Yeah.
No, this place will be a graveyard soon.
What?
Nothing.
Oh dear.
Do. Working out times is fun.
Mhm.
So how far towards Dugan Hole do we get before they have to rest?
Oh.
Good question.
So crossing the river is gonna suck.
I mean, in theory, they could just like sleep in the ice lodge. They can
Eh.
easily hold 100
No, don't put him in there. They're gonna take
no.
turns sitting on that chair and dying.
Yeah, they'll sit on the chair.
There's nothing wrong with the chair.
So
There's everything wrong with the chair.
the force
No,
gets
it's fine.
about halfway around Dugan's Hole before the 8 hours normal day's march is up.
Okay.
Fell seems to be open to the idea of camping here or trying to push on, although that would obviously have possible negative effects on the group.
I assume are we within eyesight of Dugan's Hole?
You're on the outskirts. Like, you've stayed a respectable distance, plus a little bit.
Okay.
But you do definitely see, like, there is a group that have been kind of shadowing you from within the city. They don't make any approach. They don't make any obvious forays towards you, but you are definitely being shadowed by a group. From
Okay.
That's still satisfying in its own
Yeah.
way.
I'm gonna say my vote's
Yeah.
set the guard camp here and move on. There's no point in pushing right now.
Yeah. If we push to the water side, we may be likely to find it sooner than we anticipated in the dark.
Indeed.
We shouldn't push them when we have such a long journey.
Plus,
Yeah.
we're still close enough to the towns that can start getting the watch regiments
Yeah.
ingrained.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you set camp there. This will require one of your rations.
Okay.
Okay.
Dookie dook.
And the camp itself, again, it's a well, not, yeah, I mean, it is actually, again, because you camped the night before, is a humdrum affair with tents and things going up every which way. I'd like you all to roll me a d20 and pray you don't get a 1.
What?
That's a thing you said.
It is.
Nice.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
9.
Don't say it until everybody's rolled.
So, Vulwin.
Mhm.
As you are roaming around the camp, as you sometimes do, just to kind of get an idea on how everything is, make sure that things seem to be at least somewhat safe. You're always a little bit on edge when you're out in the wilds like this. And your foot slips for a moment. And it seems to disturb a thin layer of twigs. And as your foot breaks through this, an absolutely horrific stench rises up to your nose. And you realize that you were very close to lumbering straight into a cesspit that was just being laid out randomly, because there is no sense of order to this place, just
Wonderfully.
dug between two of the campsites.
Oh.
Just refuse pit. Great.
No, not refuse.
Nice.
Oh. Oh.
Worse.
Latrine.
Well, same difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put this here. I'll kind of clamber back away from it and go walking back off in the opposite direction.
Treading a little bit more carefully now, I would imagine.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
It'll make it real tough for people to invade us when we lay down a minefield every place we go.
It works like the
Otherwise-
alarm spell.
I was gonna say, Zagrax also, offer if anybody looks at all with some, minimal training exercise stuff. If anybody bites on it.
Yes, actually a very large contingent does. So many that you would probably struggle a little bit shouting loud enough for them all to hear.
Wow.
Is there, you feel like at your offer, the majority of this camp has answered that offer.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's an army on the march. They don't necessarily have that much practice training, and they're being offered training by one of the Dawnbringers, who is kind of famous around here, and also especially high esteem with the black swords.
Yeah. Oh boy.
All
You're a
right.
celebrity.
So when he starts to do his actual training, I'll use thaumaturgy to make his voice 3 times louder.
Okay.
Probably. Well, the first time it
Loud
happens,
enough.
just yell real loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Loud enough so the tongue can hear about going to war and the proper way to
Yeah.
invade.
I assume are they mostly with spears and stuff and pitchforks, or is it swords and shields and actual weapons?
Mostly spears and shields, although there is a fair contingent of archers. You imagine
Ooh, that's
were
good.
hunters.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, with seeing that most of the camp's coming, I'll probably go and ask Vulwin if he's got time to like help with the archers, because I have no idea about any of that. But otherwise, just the basic drills, kind of as much as I can, fighting with in some level of organized fashion, even if it's still the small groups. And he'll offer every time that we set up camp, assuming that it's not like we're in some crazy place or something.
Okay. Give me a performance check with advantage.
Can I make it persuasion?
Performance.
Dance for them.
Dance for them.
11.
Okay.
Not bad, but not good.
Because persuasion is like...
Yeah.
The closest to
I
this
know.
would be like debate. It's conversation.
I just have a bigger number.
Performance is oratory,
Yeah.
I guess. So you're just not that used to like giving commands and things. You're more used to talking to people.
Yeah.
With that, they seem to be... Well, they hang on your every word. And they go about it with some rigor, not necessarily doing exactly what you kind of hoped they would. And you're not entirely sure if that's because instruction's unclear or because they don't know better. But training seems to be happening.
Hey.
And Vulwin, were you helping with this?
I was, yep.
Okay,
He asked about if there's any archers, yeah.
give me a performance check as well. Just regular.
Sure.
Because you are not used to training people, whereas Zagrax
This
is.
is where all that flute comes in.
I'll just
handy.
be like, you just pull the bowstring back and you aim it and you fire it. That's what you got to do here.
Wow.
It's pretty simple.
He did better than me.
Sometimes you got to arc it up in the air to get a little further. Sometimes you don't. Have you ever shot a bow? I was just like asking.
And one of them lines up on the target you've just set up as you kind of walk back and say, if any of you shot a bow. He draws an arrow from his quiver smoothly, takes a shot, slams the shot into the post that you set up, and then before you're able to say, hang on, he's got another arrow on the bow as well, launches that one, and although it's fairly clear that he was trying to show off and put the arrow on top of the other one, it slams into the post, probably 2 or 3 centimeters away. Still a pretty good shot, though.
Oh, look at Mr. Fancy.
Yeah.
That's the person you talk to. But yeah, he's just like, anyways, nothing I can say is going to help you. So just practice.
Yeah.
And you just get kind of nods, showing stiff upper lip of determination as they themselves start setting up various archery practice posts and butts and things like that, and then they start sending a stream of arrows into these things as they practice knocking and loosing.
This is that's it's you can't there's no organization. It's a learned skill. You gotta experience it.
It's just hours and hours of practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't.
They don't have that much time.
I hope we're not going to lose all our arrows by the time we get there, though.
Arrows are reusable.
Yeah.
Actually, remarkably reusable if you're not shooting at like metal or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, if they end up in snow, they can be hard to find and recover.
Yeah, maybe a few to the
Such
snow.
as time.
But
As you're wandering this, Tahko, you watch, and maybe 1 in 100 flies off into the snow. Like, these guys are practiced archers. They know what they're doing. These guys have been shooting a bow probably since they were big enough to wield a bow.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
I'll take note of that too.
Yeah, and Zagrax will as well. And once knowing that the archers like know their crap and most of the melee guys kind of don't, the tactics change from, the combat, the melee combat to more of a defend the, the main goal is defend the archers kind of thing. Like, that's going to be your best bet. Keep
And
your archers safe.
spending time with these guys, it's clear that a large number of the Malay troops are farmhands. Like, they're big, they're burly, they're tough, but they don't exactly have any finesse. So if you give them a weapon, tell them to hack away at something, that thing will be destroyed. However, if you put them into a pitched fight with someone that's more skilled with weapons than they are, they will lose badly. But they definitely have that toughness. They can take a couple of hits, for sure.
Mhm.
Although there is virtually no armor on show or with any of them, archer or spearman.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought they had a whole get up for being in the swords.
No,
It's just
the only
it's the
thing that
pendant.
denotes them as a black sword is the amulet,
Okay.
the pendant.
It's not a
And
magic
just-
amulet that gives them like a +2 to AC or anything.
None of you have tried to study this thing.
Heck, I'll join the Black Swords for a +2 to AC. Let's go.
Okay.
At some point, I'll cast Detect Magic and just look over the whole crowd.
And the only magic that highlights is their pendants.
Oh, but all their pendants are lighting up?
Yep. I'm trying to
Well-
think what school of magic this would be. That's actually a very
School?
good question. What school of magic
Necromancy.
would this be?
Smile.
Combat school's in session, so...
Enchantment?
Maybe?
Actually, I'll just to say it, so I say it. Definitely make sure that during the training and stuff, they're not overexerting themselves, where there's going to be problems the next day.
Or I guess after. I'm just guessing.
Transmutation.
After
It's
Transmutation.
illusion.
Okay.
Transmutation.
They're actually all
That's a
woodland
weird one.
creatures. They've just been transformed into being human beings.
They're
Again, it's the
actual
amulet,
squirrels.
it's transmutation, not the person.
Oh.
They're all like foxes and squirrels and chipmunks.
Hey, they're going to be
That
the
would be great.
best damn drilled foxes and chipmunks by the time we get there. I mean,
Yep.
that still doesn't mean a whole lot because it's drilled foxes and chipmunks, but
I wish we had like bears on our side. Bears are tough.
all I can think of is the
I mean, you
coulda
Warhammer
hired
3
those.
trailers.
Well, if they're bears, why would they bother wearing the pendant?
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
What were
Well,
you
this
gonna
seems
say?
like
Yeah,
a...
let's-
Sorry, go on.
I was like, we know someone who can turn into a bear.
It's true.
Oh, we do.
It is 1:30, so I'd say that this is probably a good time to take our break. So we'll take 5 minutes, so we come back again 37 minutes past the hour-ish,
Sure.
and say 38.
Mhm.
So 5 minutes, everyone. We will see you again soon. Grab a drink,
Sounds good.
stretch, do what you got to do.
Yep.
Maybe they're actually all goats.
Oh my God.
All right, and we are back again. Hello, everyone. So, you guys have just rested outside of Dugan's Hole. You passed the evening training and doing that type of thing. Irilyssa, Elora, was there anything you wanted to do? Tahko?
Survive the night.
Right? Yeah.
Roll for survival.
Yeah. I don't have
Mm.
anything to teach people, so.
Okay.
I'm debating just putting the mask back on and sleeping under the snow, but
Yeah, and then
No,
when you
good.
wake up in the morning, for like rise out of the snow, scare the entire force away.
that's true. They'll like like arrows
Yeah.
Oh
shot
my
at me.
God.
No, maybe not. All right, just normal, normal survival.
Is this like an item where you look at it and you're like, you feel the urge to place it back on your face?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's
Spooky.
probably just attached to the back of my bag because antlers are big.
True.
Yeah. So it's
I'd probably
old-
kept my
old
distance from
timey.
you, to be honest, if you just have that adorned on the back of your like backpack or something.
I'll put a sack over the actual skull part if that helps. I'll just have the antlers upside down dangling. Have it roped
A
to
little.
it. We
A
got
little.
plenty of rope now.
Okay, so I'm just going to speed things along a little bit. So it takes you
Okay.
about 2 days to get from where you are right now to the river. It's 15 hours total, so in the evening of the second day, you arrive down there.
Dugan's Hole doesn't try anything.
They
Fine.
did not. No.
Smarter than
That's
they look.
wise.
Yeah.
So, again, take off another 2 rations, each of you, for the
Oh, yeah.
the night here.
Yep.
And is there... Actually, for those 2 nights, Zagrax, if you're continuing the training, give me another performance check with advantage ×2. Vulwin, are you doing training as well, or anyone else doing anything?
I think I'm not helping train them anymore. I told them what they need to do. That's on them now.
Okay. So yeah, Zagrax, you seem to be doing a better job of it this time around. Like, you're starting to get them organized into better fighting units, so you've kind of accepted the fact that they tend to travel in these patrols, and they're most comfortable in these patrols. Those are the groups that they know. And now you've basically got them working in small shield formations of like 3 shieldsmen with 2 archers standing behind who'll pop up, shoot, and then duck down again. And that's kind of the type of strategy you've been practicing, unless there was anything else you wanted to do.
Nope, that's pretty much it.
Okay. But yes, your training has actually gone well for these past 2 days in the evening. Anyone else doing anything?
Nope.
Not really. I think maybe if there's like logistical complaints, Elora will try to sort through them, but I don't know.
Okay. So far they seem to have carried enough stuff with them. It looks like they were stocked out with maybe a week's worth of food or so, each, just for them to carry in their backpacks. If, however, you continue this pace and you think it's going to take you longer to get to Sunblight, then maybe you may need to start thinking about foraging or an alternative way of securing supplies.
Right. I'll convey that to Vulwin in particular, because I know he's good at that.
Oh, for foraging?
Yeah. Well, you're good at like hunting.
Oh, yeah. So you're running out?
No, I'm not running out, but I don't know how long it will take us to get there. And if
fair.
they only have about a week's worth of food.
I feel like we could get them to Sunblight just fine. And then afterwards we could just abandon them and they could all starve to death on the way back.
Jeez.
Or we can steal the food in Sunblight.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a good idea to see if there's anything worth hunting right around the area.
Yeah. If there isn't anything, then
I would assume that it's probably better down. Oh, that's why it's not pinging down here.
Yeah, but it's. I know it's not the. These are some other hunting grounds down there, so.
Well, you're not wrong.
yeah.
Do humans eat Yeti?
Oh God. No.
Probably not. And actually, I'm going to say that they probably left with about 10 days worth of food.
Okay.
They're not idiots.
Yeah, they still have 10 days worth.
So
No,
honestly,
we started with 10 days worth.
Elora will tell you like she's just hoping that we'll be able to get in there and steal their food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many days are we at now? Sorry.
We're at
You're
3.
on the you've just finished the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay,
One
that's.
week
But I'll say that they've bought food in good meat, so they've used 2 days worth.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that makes sense. We know we'll get there sooner than like a week to the fortress, so
I hope.
hopefully.
Yeah.
We're just
Unless
kind
the
of
storm
hoping that there's
passes.
food.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, if we have just to try to like get some rations from like stuff around there or hunt, I would definitely do that during like the downtime.
It's not like it'll be
Take out a small hunting party.
60 rations.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna say the small hunting party, and considering the archers are really good at archery already, they definitely probably just would need a shorter period of time with just training to behind shield wall stuff.
Honestly,
Yeah,
given that some of their forces are dwarves, the fastest possible movement this group could do is 20. All we need to do is get a couple of the faster races that are decent at stealth, and have them stealth ahead of the group and shoot any like animals we happen upon. They don't have to be like out of earshot by any means.
I mean, you can definitely send the archers ahead. They are hunters. It's what they did.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell them
Yeah,
if
it's
they
like-
see something to get it.
Yeah,
You know?
like basically, the 2 days or whatever plus out of Dugan's Hole, start hunting with them as well. See what we can gain.
Well, yeah, once we cross the river, that's gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah,
Which-
so one of these groups of 10, if they're an archer group, will just be like, hey, slightly scout ahead. If you kill anything, just put it in the path that we're going to walk by and we'll pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads us to the next day. How are you going to cross this river?
Ah,
Do you have water walk to cast on at least us?
Every person for themselves.
with water walk, I can handle 20 people.
Cool.
so I can get all of us and the leadership from the other group and 10 brandos. Probably one for each group at least.
Yes.
So they can be the ones, probably the strongest for each group, to help pull their buddies out of the water.
Okay.
So it's-
And then we hope
So
for the
it's-
best.
So basically, from the sounds of it and the things that Vulwin's recommended before, cross, not all at once, with a good distance between people,
Mhm.
and tread lightly.
Actually, I have an idea. Is there possibly like a felled tree that goes across it that we could use?
Not all the way across.
It's a pretty
Some
big
of the way?
river, isn't it?
It's a pretty... Yeah, this is a fairly solid river, so no. This isn't
Okay.
just a bubbling stream. This is a river.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
I say,
Yeah, and
testing the ice, does it seem about as what it was the last time we crossed?
How are you testing the ice?
Well, walking across it, of course. Not
That's all you
going
got.
very far, and like not trying to cross it, but taking tentative steps forward,
Yeah.
seeing how it hears, feels, preferably with Vulwin, who knows how this actually works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, we also have enough rope, at least on our side, that you can have like a linked group going across.
Right.
Yeah,
We have,
how wide is this
We
river?
have so much rope.
We'll say
Well,
it's
that's the
about
thing, it's like-
Welcome.
40 feet across.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's not bad.
we got plenty of rope.
Yeah.
We can go
Yeah,
make a rope line across.
Well, we don't need the rope line across. We just need several people tied together with distance between them in case anybody does happen to fall in. Then you have the rest of a group to potentially help keep
Yeah.
them from
Yeah.
falling in. But otherwise, like logistically speaking, the best way to cross this is put enough distance between each other and cross carefully and hope for the best.
And probably whoever's on the other side should start building a quick shelter right away to get people in that shelter before they
Oh,
freeze.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Whoever's in charge of carrying the sleds or stuff, like you were saying, you could put water walk on them because then
Yeah.
they'd actually have a better chance of getting over.
I mean, I can also do water walk and get 20 more people, but
Oh,
that's
there
not
you go.
everybody.
That's still most of the people.
Most people-
Can you take multiple trips?
yeah,
Well,
less
you can cast it multiple times.
No,
Yeah.
that's-
Get
that's
people
it.
across,
From
head
there.
back across, come back.
It is a ritual, so. I don't
Oh,
know.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we can do that all day.
Moot point.
All right, we'll get everybody.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
I still think even with this, I'd probably recommend we still have a rope across and people can walk with the rope. We have like Tahko
Well,
tied
yeah.
on one end and me on the other, and we send like 2 or 3 people across at a time.
It's up.
I
That
mean-
way, if somebody falls in, they're holding onto the rope, and they can just climb out with the
Yeah.
rope.
Even if the ice shatters, they'll just be laying on their back on the ice. It'll be or on the water. It'll be fine.
I am taking all reasonable precautions. Okay,
Yeah.
They'd still get wet, though.
this
Yeah.
is our most
Yeah.
dangerous
Yeah.
enemy we have ever faced.
Logistically
Besides ice.
speaking, if you can cast that ritually, then like everybody take their pack, keep their stuff on them. We can still bring the sled across, but like empty.
Yeah.
And everybody has like water walk on. Then it's relatively safe. They might slip and fall and hurt themselves, but they're not at least falling underwater that we know of.
I'm still suggesting rope.
Sure, we'll do rope too. We won't like crazy rope it out. I don't want to spend hours on this.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, with the sheer number of people you're working with and like getting them all organized, it will still take you 2 to 3 hours. But with water walk, especially as it's a ritual, that will definitely help. And you make the precautions. You cast water walk on the groups of 20 each as they go across. And
Yay.
And for the last 2, I'll actually just cast the spell instead of doing ritual for every casting of it. I
okay.
don't mind using up my 2 third levels.
And you get everyone across in probably the easiest water encounter you guys have ever had.
Yay!
But it does take you
that's
3
what
hours.
we like to hear.
Clerics.
What does the captain of the guard look like?
Red tiefling.
Well, I know, but like, what is his facial like? We just crossed a river and had absolutely no problems
Everything was
whatsoever.
fine.
Is he like ecstatic?
He probably has no idea of the threat.
He's probably just completely and utterly stoic, and it's just like, okay,
He's
we're
like,
still moving.
okay.
He might not have any idea what the dangers are.
So here's my quandary, and I'll let you interpret this as you wish, because this guy is usually quite stoic, doesn't let a lot on, but he just rolled a natural 1. So does that mean he's completely stoic, not having really understood what's happening, or he has a unbridled bout of enthusiasm and he actually cracks a bit of a smile? I'll let you decide.
Okay.
I like to think he's impressed by our own organization because he
Yeah.
doesn't have to organize us.
Yes.
Yes. In fact, what I will after you get everybody across, he's one of the last. No, you'd actually be one of the first across to make sure it's safe. He's one of the first across,
like
and he
this guy.
watches with some trepidation as everybody makes it across, and you can kind of see his eyes growing wider and wider and wider as everybody just crosses with zero incident, literally just walking across the ice as if it was nothing. There's a couple of stumbles, there's a couple of slips, and even in 1 or 2 instances the ice breaks, but they don't fall through because water walking. And even though the river is now fairly churned up as the last of the group go, and the later groups definitely get more and more trepidation as they kind of step out onto this broken ice and then find, oh, I can do this, I just need to be careful not to slide. And you kind of move up the river, you're not stupid as you're doing this.
Yeah.
So much so that Fel approaches Irilyssa and Tahko after the fact, slaps you on the back once, a very crooked grin, and he says, "Whichever master you serve has been watching out over us tonight. Thank you." And tries to do a bit of a smile, but just comes really creepy. He's like,
Did he just threaten us? Nice.
You're very welcome.
Wonderful.
and with that, you still have a couple of hours where you can travel going on again. But now that you are in the tundra, it is noticeable just how much slower this group is traveling. You note that virtually none of them have snowshoes. A couple do, but there's a large enough contingent that don't. They are not at all equipped for this.
Awesome.
And that is definitely slowing your progress down.
Cool.
Right.
I'm trying to work out how many miles you can actually make in a day. I think it's like 2.
Oh, pain.
Oh my,
Oh, really?
we're really making it.
Yeah, because currently your movement speed with the sleds, which is speeding you up a bit, is about 0.2 miles per hour.
Oh, that's good.
Nice. Nice. Good, good.
So yeah, it's 5 hours per
We're doing
mile.
great.
We'll say that you're doing about 2. Being generous.
Irilyssa, see if you can't throw down a wolf out of that bag and have it pull some sleds for us. Maybe somebody can ride it.
Oh, that's right. I have the bag, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay. She'll reach her hand in and pull out a wolf.
Maybe?
Is that how that works?
Give me a second.
think-
I need to look this up.
It's a bag of wolves, right? So, like, of course it's just going to be a wolf.
Is it a bag of wolves?
If it's what I think it
Sure.
is, I think you need to roll a d8. But we shall soon see.
Oh my gosh,
That
if
is
Irilyssa
cool
gets a
animals.
wolf, we'll never hear that's gonna be like the greatest thing ever. Just doggy pets all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Howl to the moon.
Oh, true.
That's what. You didn't catch on that that's why Irilyssa likes dogs so much?
No.
No,
I thought she just
actually.
likes dogs because
It's gonna
dogs
be-
are cute.
You're gonna pull it out. It's gonna be like a troll or something, and it's just be like, wait, that's not a dog.
Put it back. Put it back. Put it back.
Okay, so you need to roll. Yep, D8.
What?
1d8.
A D8.
A 3.
3. Ooh,
When
ooh.
it turns into a mimic.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
So you put your hand into the bag, and as you do, it seems to expand a little bit in size, and you eventually find your hand reaching down and grabbing the scruff of something's neck. It has very short fur, seems to be incredibly muscular, and as you pull it out, up to eye level, you find yourself face to face with an elongated snout, white fur with a black stripe going down the middle. European badger.
Digital kobold.
It's a badger.
Badger.
Yeah.
It's not a skunk.
No.
And yeah, it's definitely a European badger, because I'm not harsh enough to give you a honey badger.
Yay.
You don't want to give us a barbarian?
Yeah, right. That kind of thing's got DR everything.
Yeah. Nature's barbarian.
And he just kind of
Well,
stares at you. Legs kind of scrabbling as it's just in midair right now.
No.
That's not a.
Tahko, how does this work?
it's kind of cute.
I think you're doing it.
Uh,
Toss it down. Try again. See how many you can get.
So we put
How many
it gently on the
badgers you
ground.
get?
Do you know how this thing works, Tahko?
You reach your hand and you grab something. It's pretty self-evident.
Do we have any, control over it?
I don't know.
Bro.
Do something.
Hey.
None of us are wizards. Who knows?
Hey, Badger. Go over and bite Tahko.
Kind of turns his head slightly, just looks at you.
Okay.
I don't think he understands you.
Oh. Very good point. And as she's talking, she's just putting the bag away.
No, at least you have a friend.
And yeah,
I
this
don't-
thing kind of disappears under the snow, and you kind of see this little pile just appearing as it's kind of tunneling around under you.
Well, we have that.
Could be worse.
Attach a bag to it. Have it follow
Better.
us. I don't know.
But will
No.
it last? How long is it around?
I don't know. We never asked the guy how long the dire wolf lasted. He just wanted me to get out of his office immediately because I was still wearing the mask at the time.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think we should worry more about making sure we have food for the travel then.
Well,
Yeah.
do these folks want to eat a badger?
No. No.
Look.
All right. I mean, if we're going to be so
Look,
picky about food,
Yeah. The further we go, I could provide for us, but they're gonna have to hunt for their own food as well.
Yes.
all right.
Okay. So you continue on for the rest of the day, making
Yeah.
it the 2 miles that you are able to make it.
Wonderful.
If I could select the right tool, that would help. That gets you to about there. At the end of that day.
Hooray.
Is there anything you
Yay.
want to do for the rest of, or for that evening, or just the usual?
I think at this point, especially, with we talking about food and stuff, and kind of we're figuring out how slow we're going, definitely go and talk to the captain to see what his thoughts are on foraging.
The going is slower than we had anticipated. It would be wise to send some of the hunters out to see if we can catch something. From what I understand, this area is somewhat untouched, so maybe we'll get lucky.
Not entirely untouched. You're gonna send out groups, send them out in decent large numbers. Like groups of maybe like 5 or so. There's Yetis that I've seen, that we've seen around these parts. And they're just as opportunistic as we are.
That is good to know.
Did that badger follow us, or did we just leave it behind?
Oh no, the badger was kind of like tunneling after you guys as you were marching.
Oh, okay.
Popping up out of the snow every now and then when he could.
We
little
go
buddy.
to stop. Irilyssa will feed it part of her rations.
Okay.
Mm.
It eats the rations hungrily.
Hmm.
And kind of snuffles up against you afterwards.
Oh.
Ew.
But other than that, they'll continue training.
Okay. Give me another performance with advantage. Damn.
Hey.
It feels like your lessons are really starting to sink in. Like, you're getting these units after just 4 days of training, effectively, actually working really remarkably well together. Not just as a patrol, but as a formation. And you start thinking, okay, the next step is probably to try and get the whole group working as an actual army, as opposed to just individual sections.
Mm-hmm. Completely out of character. We're just making them harder to deal with later on in the story, but for now, yeah, Matthew literally said the same thing I'm saying. Well, when we
Yeah,
have to
but I
fight
mean-
them later, now they're trained.
Well,
And I'm going
It's
to
your best bet now.
roll dice for the archers to see how they do. Fail,
Cool.
fail, fail.
What?
Come on.
what about the group I'm going with?
Are you going with one?
Yeah, because I'm still also going out to hunt for food, so I'm gonna go with one of the groups.
Okay, so I'm going to say arbitrarily that there are 20 archers, so they'll go in 4 groups of 5.
Sounds good.
Which group are you going with? First, second, third, or fourth?
Go with the second group.
Good choice. They failed badly, and you just gave them advantage, which meant a big success.
Good.
Woo!
So I will say half food rations were used today. Because you had
Alright.
2 successes, 2 fails in that group.
Nice.
That's good. Take half of my food ration.
Yeah, and that's true for all of you.
Yay!
Can you do half a food ration?
Sure.
I just typed in 0.5.
Yeah.
It won't let
At
me.
least I can. Well, we're
Oh,
not using.
I'm doing it. I'm using a different
thing.
thing. Nuts.
Yeah.
We'll just write it down somewhere saying half.
Yeah.
Okay. On to...
Oh, if you just take one off yours, Tahko.
Hmm?
Oh, I'll write it down.
No,
I'm-
Tahko's letting us starve.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, I know.
I'm holding on to it because I only have so many of my own now at this
Yeah.
point. I only had 11 before. If it gets dire, I could share them, but
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
good. Anyway, go on.
Just to keep things expedited a little bit, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days to get to here.
Oh, good.
Zagrax, can I get 5 rolls performance with advantage?
1. Oof. 2. Oof.
Oh dear.
Wow, that's impressive.
3. 4. There we go.
You pick it up days later.
You're like, hey, it was a bad
Wow.
day. Don't worry.
Oh,
That was not a good day.
Okay, so
This
the day
adventure
after
right
you
there.
start training your troops as a whole army, and there are definitely some problems, like you have formations blundering into each other, issues with just like issuing the orders and things like that, and trying to get them to respond in the correct way. Then the day after that, roll me a D2 and then a D6.
Oh. I don't know if that's good or bad, but
There is unfortunately a friendly fire incident on that day.
Wow.
And unfortunately one of the archers gets shot by one of the other archers during a mock battle and dies.
Oh,
Dies?
Dies.
Yikes. All right.
Shot in the eye.
God, funeral rites.
ouch.
No, impressive.
I'm gonna chew them out.
Chew them out. Okay.
Oh yeah, you don't fire unless you're absolutely sure.
So what exactly are you saying to them, Vulwin?
Let me actually think of that. Would he actually? I don't think he's gonna actually chew them out. I think he's just gonna like very stoically point out that's what happens when you make mistakes. If anything, that's like a very dour. Like you got to think on that. You got to hold that one.
Roll me intimidation.
Sure. $18.
Okay, so you have all 19 of the remaining archers kind of clustered around you as you dress them down a bit. You never raise your voice. You never shout. You pick your words carefully and you speak softly, slowly. And because of it, they seem to really take the words on board. Like, none of them are shivering or terrified or anything like that. That was not your intention here. It was a warning. And just your whole demeanour and the seriousness of how you carried this really does seem to have sunk in. And you're pretty sure that they will definitely be picking their shots a lot more carefully in the future, rather than just letting loose because it's a shield wall. Of course, the shield's going to protect them. In this instance, it did not. And a man died.
Yeah.
And because we have 5 days of hunting, go ahead and give me 5 survival checks.
Okie dokie. Let's just rattle these off. Where's my survival button?
Nice.
2,
Not nice.
3,
Okay.
4,
Better.
Honestly, it's pretty
5.
okay.
Terrible.
Terrible.
That's better than the 8.
Yeah.
It's true.
Now I need to roll a bunch of dice. I'm going to do it on my phone app because there's a lot of dice being rolled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be 15d20.
Oh,
boy.
man.
And the first two, crit 20, crit 20.
Nice.
Ah, nice. Well, there's the roller thing on here you could do.
Oh my god, this... 20, 20, 16, 12, 1, 2, 2, 17, 15, 1, 16, 10, 13, 2, 2.
Jeez.
A mixed bag. It's either good, really good, or absolutely horrible.
So, the first day of hunting is amazing. They actually get, together with your roll, I'm going to say that they actually gain 3 days worth of food supply.
Wait, everybody
Including for you
does?
guys, so you all gain 3 rations.
Oh, thank
Excellent.
goodness.
Dude, why didn't you buy rations, Zagrax?
I had like 6, okay?
As there's just
Why-
this...
we haven't- We haven't had to worry about it because Tahko's been the walking.
Nope.
As there's
Not
just this
anymore.
Can't rely on that.
bounteous supply of meat that you basically hunt in the forest as you reach it and pass through it. On the second day, you find out why there was a bounteous group of animals to have been found, as 2 of the archer groups blunder into Yeti attacks.
Oof.
And Vulwin, I'm going to need you to roll me 2d5, please, separately.
Oh no!
Okay. Cool. Do you want me to GM roll these for you, or?
Nah, just do it in public. It's fine.
Okay, 2d5.
Oh, come on.
Actually, that's probably
That's
good.
Actually, yeah, this was the number of casualties suffered.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's why I told them to go as groups.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the very least, most of them will get away.
I
So,
like killing those yetis.
You just gotta not be the slowest.
okay.
Actually, sometimes.
Then the third day, 2 of the groups, plus yours, come back with a... Oh, hang on. How many food did we gain on that second day? So you failed on that one. 2 crit fails. There was 1 success. So that's a quarter of them get food. So you use 3/4 of a ration. Good luck calculating all of this.
Sure,
I've
I'll
got
just
it.
knock that
So-
down to yeah.
Our 0.5 becomes a 0.75, and then
Yeah.
at the end we'll just subtract 5 from our total. So right now we have 3.
Yeah, I'm keeping track.
Then the third day,
How's
there was
everybody else doing
another
for rations?
Yeti attack. So roll me another d5. Yeah,
Alright,
Oh,
d5.
man. There's too many Yetis around.
Well,
2.
we
2
did
of them
say
go down
Yetis.
that time. And there are... What do you get? 18. 3 successes. So we'll say that you gain a ration each.
Yay.
Right. So 4.75.
Can you
I'm
get
watching my
that like me?
ration number fluctuate. Let me know if anybody's running really low on food.
And then after the 3 days, you hit the mountain pass.
Okay.
As the mountains close in and rise ever higher around you, the opportunities for hunting get so much less. You now would have to spend more time out, going in, ranging out into the mountains, and then also the amount of danger possible is also going to be inflated, as this is very much favoured hunting ground of creatures like yetis, saber cat, tigers, the other cats that...
Yeah.
I forget what they're called now, but
Mountain
you were
lions.
attacked before on Kelvin's care.
Invisicats,
Oh,
yeah.
those crack cats or
Crack
whatever.
cats, thank
Yeah,
you. Yeah,
crack
that's
cats.
the one.
Oh, screw those.
I love those guys.
And various other types of predators. This is very much where they would like. So even though you're not up in the mountains, which is where it would absolutely be the worst, you are very much slowed down as you go through this pass.
Joy.
Yeah, this sounds like the time to work with the rations we have and worry about rationing on the way back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not sending any hunters out this time.
We'll still be opportunistic, though.
You imagine it will take you about 2 days to pass through this pass.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, taking a head count for rations, they still have like what, between 5 to 7 days worth.
They've actually got more rations than they left with.
Wonderful.
10.75 days
So-
right now.
So at the end
Wonderful,
of
we're
this,
good.
at the end of this pass, how many days have passed since we split the ration to 0.5? 4 or
Sorry, say
5?
that again.
All right, how many days have passed since we did the quick math? Since we split a ration in 0.5?
2 days.
That's it?
Because the third day
Really?
was at the opening of the pass, then you spend 2 days in the pass, which was the last 2 rolls that everyone did. So I'll just ignore them, because I
Wow.
wasn't really taking it into account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we got
We should-
4.75 rations, and we only used up 2 of that, so we gained.
Yeah, I mean we should
2.75.
gain 1 ration from that general section right there. Is
Yeah.
what I mean.
No, because are you actually sending people out? Because that will affect the die rolls for me and for you. Vulwin.
No, last time we gained like 1 ration, and then once we were like at the end of this pass here, we weren't going out. I only made those rolls for the wherever leading up to wherever we were here. which
Yeah, I
think is
screwed
where
up a
we're here
bit.
right now.
So the 3
Okay.
rolls that were first were up to the pass. Then we got the last 2 rolls, which is your 19 and your 9, which is in the
Through the
pass
pass.
itself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably not
So,
searching. in the
5
map.
days. So if anything, we're probably breaking even here. 4.75.
Yeah, so you
5
use up 2 days worth of rations for this.
Okay. So
Okay.
yeah.
That sounds good. The rest of the way is just going to be on whatever rations we have.
Okay.
Okay.
And if anybody gets like real low, let me know.
All right. Same.
And as you exit the pass, as a group, I would like... Actually, before you exit, give me a... What would this be? As probably the best navigator this group has, give me a survival check ×2, please, Vulwin. Let's see if you encounter anything as you're passing through this mountain pass.
Okay, so 2 survival checks.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 and 18.
Okay, so passing through the mountain pass seems to have gone remarkably smoothly. There was a little bit of bad weather on the first day, which you thought might impede you, but actually it passed over relatively fast, probably swept up by the wind, going up the mountain and depositing its snow on the other side. Roughly where you imagine the signal is. Probably, so poor Danica. Then
Danica, we're nearby.
the second day, you make good time through the pass, and as the day is ending, as you're starting to think about preparing for a camp, the tundra in front of you just opens up as you reach the last hill, and you see that you're in a larger plain. And waiting for you, not waiting for you, but probably a good 200 feet ahead, you notice the light of a campfire.
Do I know between Irilyssa, Irilyssa, do you still have that eye thingy? What that lets you see further? The one you've used before to, scout.
The magic eye thing we got was actually something I used that lets me see close up. I don't think we ever had that.
You don't have a spyglass.
No, that's not what.
Are you talking about my eyes at the night?
Yes.
Oh.
No. I mean, yeah, you can see more clearly. And he'll point out. Sorry, it's been a long travel. Actually, I thought you actually had a telescope. I didn't realize it was a close one.
I do have
forgot.
one. It's broken though.
Oh, it is broken. Okay, so then he was still asking, and he thought you had one that worked. So
I didn't realize you had a broken one. Nice.
I have a broken
yeah,
spyglass.
I thought I was misremembering something. Yeah. But actually, can you see further out? There's a campfire.
I'll give it a look. What do I see?
How close are you getting?
Knowing I'm not very good at stealth.
I could go with you actually. We could scout this out.
All right, but I'm not that good at stealth.
I mean, I could.
She
go.
kind of like shimmies a little and just jingles.
Clank, clank,
Well,
clank.
I could dampen that sub. And he's going to do pass without trace if we're going to actually get closer to try to do that. So he kind of like he takes his foot and makes a mark, just like set in, so you can see there's a big footprint there. He'll take out the ulu knife and then he'll kind of like place it down the middle and turn it so that it almost like creates like just a circle where that is, as part of like casting that, and it just covers itself back up. And he's now casted it.
Cool.
Okay, so those of you getting closer, give me a stealth check, please, +10 because of the pass without trace.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the black swords
It's
stay back.
just you and I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get caught.
I'm gonna say
17.
Yeah.
if problems occur and I can see problems are occurring,
Yeah. I'll go ahead and
Johan
cast
gonna
that
like
too.
cavalry in there.
Okay,
Where is that?
so 30. You guys are able
you
to
go.
get quite a lot closer. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, both of you.
Sure. And also, I realized when reading this, you do have to be close to me. So.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'll also share my eyesight with Vulwin.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yay!
Because, yeah, otherwise Vulwin would be doing that with disadvantage. So, yeah, perception. Just
Yeah.
straight perception, both of you.
Nailed it.
We did it! Best team!
Wow.
So you really have to get a lot closer. blinded as you are a little bit by the light. You can see every now and then that something seems to pass in front of it, blocking it out for a moment, so there is definitely movement around this fire. But you're not able to make out what it is until you're virtually upon them, to the point where you're a bit worried that if they look out, they may see you.
I'm not worried. I am the snow.
I mean, yeah, you basically are. But you see that there are 3 humanoid figures huddled around this fire. Every now and then one of them will stir, get up, go over to where there's a wood pile, grab a couple more logs and put them on the fire. They have hoods drawn up over them. Their clothing is like a greyish white, like almost a dirty white. Muddy almost. But none of them ever look over to where you guys are. You note that their gazes seem to be persistently to the east. They never look west once.
So they're looking right where we're coming from.
You're coming
No,
from
they're
the east.
looking the
No,
other
the
direction.
opposite way.
I don't know directions.
West is left, east is right. On the
They
map.
they never looked at us. No.
They never saw us. Thank you.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine's soggy waffles, but yes.
Also a good thing. Yeah.
Unless it's syrup, that makes them soggy.
Oh,
Anyways.
you said east. I thought you said weast.
Oh, yes,
that
of course, of
clarification.
course.
So
Good
I figure
save.
we're probably close enough where we probably don't feel good talking in like hush whispers, so we can probably step further away
Yep.
and converse about what we want to do about that.
Easy enough done.
Yeah.
Back off.
All right. Three lone figures out of that tundra in the middle of there. Just get a better look at them.
I think I got about as much as you did. But it's interesting that they never looked towards us. They were only looking the other way. It's like they're
Yeah.
waiting for something.
Yeah, or maybe they're out here traveling too, heading in that direction. Who knows? But would be a big risk if we were to if there were to be a group of scouts. But I don't know why a group of scouts wouldn't be looking around the whole tundra.
Exactly.
Should we bring the just our group to possibly deal with them? We can move quicker. If they
Yes.
notice us, they flee. Doesn't leave us much choice.
Well, we're not getting this group past them without them noticing, so
Yeah.
let's get Tahko, Elora, and Zagrax.
All right. We'll make our way back.
Okay. You make your way back.
Okay. We spotted a group out there. 3 humanoids. Indistinct. Can't tell what they are, who they are. Always looking to the mountains.
Were they tall or short or what?
Humans.
Yeah, they stand tall-ish.
Oh, so they're okay.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell how much of them is sunk into the snow and how much of them is actually their height.
All right. You want me to go up and talk to them?
Maybe I should come with if we're doing that.
Yeah, everybody should. Well, all of us.
Oh, all right.
I can't guarantee they won't notice us sneaking up on them, but at the same time,
Well,
it's
I was
odd that they're only looking east.
I was thinking some of you would sneak up on them and I would just walk up and say hello.
I don't know if you're the best converser for that situation.
I think I'm the best for getting attacked by them if they're hostile.
Well, maybe if they're hostile, we got to make sure that none of them get away.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
And if they are Duragar, they can disappear.
That's true.
Can we deal with that?
Well, I think if it's just me that they sense, they'll probably try to kill me or capture me. If the rest of you want to try and sneak around them. Irilyssa, you can see them in the dark, can't you?
Yes, but
I mean, even when they vanish, right?
no.
Oh.
I can a bit.
No, that I did not prepare.
Ah.
I can kind of, but it's complicated. It'll-
Do the black swords have any way of seeing them? Do we know?
Go to the captain.
Yeah.
Ask him if he has one of those broken eyeglass things, but not broken.
Spyglass.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Well, Zagrax, go kind of reiterate the situation and what we're thinking, and stress of the right now, we're not going to move until we kind of come to a decision on what to do with that group.
That makes sense. You would not wish to alert the fortress that we are here already, would give them time to prepare.
Indeed.
right.
You wouldn't happen to have a spyglass, would you? To possibly get some more information before we attempt anything?
Unfortunately not.
Worth a shot. I think for now, though, just our party will head up and try to deal with them. Could be Duragar, could be another group. There are a few groups out here who had sent scouts out, so could be some of ours, could be some of theirs. But you also don't happen to have any way of seeing the Duragar if they were to turn invisible, do you?
We have our ways of seeing those who would hide from us.
Oh, good.
Okay. Maybe we should bring like 2 or 3 of your best archers who have the way of seeing them, just in case they are Duragar and try to escape.
I'm afraid it is not the regular black swords who can do it. It is myself or Huawar.
Okay.
I see.
What?
The water.
Okay, then would you mind either one or both of you coming with just in case?
I will accompany you. Huawar, you keep an eye on things. Keep them back. Keep them hidden. Right, you are. Let us
Okay.
proceed.
I thought it was gonna be like, right, you are.
I was hoping it was to be like, okay! Oh, war!
Oh, God.
I really thought it was right, you are. Like, I really wanted that to be the response.
No.
I'm glad that's not the case, though.
Yeah, so return to the group.
Captain Fell here says that he has an ability to see the hidden Duragar if they were to be hidden, so he will come with just in case they are Duragar, so we can hopefully stop a party of scouts from returning if they are Duragar.
Okay.
Indeed, I have that. I've been granted that ability.
I can kind of do it too if I reach into their minds, so I'll try, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything that would you'd be able to track them anyway to keep them from running from us if they do go invisible. Tracking them down would be very important now.
As
Right.
you say that, Elora, Fell openly just kind of looks over at you and just kind of his eyes narrow.
she's just like, I don't think I can do it that well though, so it's good that you're here.
Some of
Obviously
us are
surprising them.
blessed and
What?
some of us are bestowed with certain abilities, and I guess you are one of them.
I think yours is more powerful than mine, so take
Naturally.
pride in that.
I also think that I should sit back on Johann, because I'll be able to move faster on him than if we need to chase somebody down. So if something goes sideways, let me know.
Well, just hope you notice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on that.
Well, our best advantage is ambushing them with them not noticing us. We also need to make sure they're not allies.
Oh, for sure. That's the first step. But if they are enemies, we got to make sure that they don't end up alerting
Yeah.
the rest of the fortress.
Actually, if we can get close enough, Elora, maybe you could do that thing and figure out what, they're feeling or thinking or whatever.
Yeah.
Enough so that we might get a gauge if they are actually doing our...
Yeah, I'll do that. That's yeah. She's like trying not to offend the man.
Then let us proceed.
Okay. I'm actually going to... Yeah, I think I have to recast Pass Without Trace. I have to reuse it to cover for the group that's here now.
Yeah.
So I will do so for everyone that's here. I don't know what my limit of each creature. So I'll
Could bring
choose
the
all of
entire
you.
group. Yeah.
But they would also have to be clustered within 30 of me the
Oh,
entire
I know.
way. So
You
it's
can't
really
fit
difficult
everybody in
to
there.
you guys, and they're like sardines.
No, but I'm gonna still stay back on Johann. Far enough away to not get spotted, but close enough to try and assist if things go south.
So true. So everybody that's within 30 of me, traveling together, will get the benefit of this. If you leave that, you'll be on your own. You'll no longer gain the benefit. So you'll be possibly noticed.
Just hug Johann, so if they happen to see you, they'll just think it's a moose with a big hump. Just out in the wild.
As we go out, I'm going to give Vulwin my Vigilant Blessing, which is, I think it's the first time I've used this in this campaign.
Yeah.
So I'll just put it in chat. But as an action, I can give you advantage on the next initiative roll.
Nice.
Nice.
Good to know.
Cool. Yeah.
I think you've used that on yourself,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have once.
Okay,
couple of
maybe I
times.
have.
but
Yeah,
but
I
not on
remember that
not on
once.
anybody else.
Yeah, I remember you doing it once, like a long time ago.
I forget about it.
That's okay.
It's
Well, we
nice.
haven't had any combat really since
a
then,
cleric.
other than the tower. But you didn't even get in combat really by the time that
So-
ended.
We all forget about our special abilities sometimes.
So first
Oh,
things
yeah.
first, everybody roll their stealth. You'll get a plus 10 to that. If you choose to leave the bubble when we get closer, your stealth will just be whatever your normal stealth is.
Okay.
Give me those stealth
Oh.
checks.
Nailed it! 13.
Ooh.
What's
That's
the
pretty
point?
Tahko will be noticed for sure.
That's why I said, why don't I just walk up and talk to them, and then if they attack,
that's
Well,
what
you
you're
might as
doing.
well be. You're literally walking up where
Well,
everybody
all
else
of
is
us
like
are
in
being
the snow.
stealthy aside from you.
We're all standing behind Tahko so they don't notice. And Taco's just like, "Hey guys,
Hey,
how's it going?
guys."
You got food out here?"
So that's a 13, 23, 21, 25. Okay.
What else? We got Fel. Fel
yeah, I'm
rolling.
rocking it.
Fell already rolled.
Laura roll. Oh, no, Laura already
And no one
rolled.
got less than a 21.
Hey Zagrax, you can still roll stealth too.
Oh no, I'm not in the bubble. I'm staying back.
You can still just roll it.
All right, you're still an option if you're hiding back there.
I'm not within 30 feet. I don't think I'd be able to hide riding a moose.
Hey,
Sneaky
honestly, like not being noticed in combat, just riding out of nowhere,
Yeah.
that would be great.
I bet the moose could outstealth you.
I mean, it would hide the tracks,
I
but
think
that's
it-
about it.
Yeah.
but only when you're
Out
near
of
me.
nowhere.
Not now.
Anyway, the group crouches down, starts heading over towards this group, getting closer and closer and closer. Until Tahko, you step on something hidden beneath the snow. And you feel a lancing pain
Oh.
rising through your leg, through your foot, up through your leg. And you give a loud yelp of pain and surprise as you do so.
Ah!
And immediately the three figures by the campfire stir, look over towards where you guys are, hands reaching for weapons.
Fair.
I came to join your fire. Did you lay a trap out here?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sorry to startle you.
Did I hear the yelp?
Yeah. Whoo! 21.
Nice.
As you call out saying that, you notice that the three are very, very tense. But then one of them lowers the bow and starts chuckling. Looks like it's our lucky day. That's Tahko of the Dawnbringers. Reinforcements have arrived, lads.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Forgive us, we were sent here by the 10 towns to keep an eye on the fortress, and we weren't expecting people to come from that direction.
Oh, well, no worries.
Did I hear Tahko yelp?
Yes, I'll say you probably did.
Okay. If I did, then
Actually, roll me.
I'm
No,
starting.
hang on. Perception. Give me a perception check. This is you we're talking
Perception.
about.
Is
Yeah,
this
you heard
what
it.
we're talking about?
Loud and
Wow.
clear.
Word of it.
You heard every word.
Every syllable. Yeah. When he yelped, there's that second of like, wait, was that that was Tahko? Oh, come on. And I would start the kind of charge in kind of thing, not full speed, but like moving up there.
Start revving
So-
your moose.
Yes. Yep. Just holding on to the antlers. Just yin, yin. Let's go.
All right. So you bring Johan up to the canter as he comes charging in. Before you arrive, though, trying to think of names.
Oh.
It's always the worst thing.
Yep.
Names. What I used to do in the previous
Name
campaigns is just have a
generator.
list of names, just pre-generated.
Yeah.
I didn't do that for this one. And it's bitten me a couple of times.
It always gets you when you least
Far, far.
expect it to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Far, far, dar, dar, and here, here.
Are these brothers?
And one of the other figures, also relaxing slightly, calls out, "You may not wish to move. We did put some bear traps out, and you may have just set one."
Yeah, feels like it. Okay,
And
nobody
With that,
move.
she starts moving towards where you are. And then there is a loud cacophony of sound as from behind you guys, a lone rider comes sweeping down this slight hillside, galloping towards you, and the two others once again start tensing and lifting bows again towards this.
All right. I don't want
Those
to
are
yell out.
Fred's.
Yeah, stand down. I'll cut my hands in the direction of west and be like, stand down, because I don't want to yell across the whole plane, obviously.
Yeah.
With your incredible perception, Zagrax, even above the stomping of Johan as he increases his pace, the clatter of your new armor and the new saddle and the buckles and things, you're able to hear the stop from Tahko. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so hear that and slow down to the walk up. And just kind of like go up.
Watch
What
out,
was
there's
that
traps
yelp,
around the
Tahko?
area.
Oh, just a bear trap is all on my foot.
When Vulwin says bear trap, I'll just stop Johan dead.
He actually just
Right
kind
there.
of like rises up from the snow, because talking clearly is going to give away the stealth most likely.
Yeah.
Especially if that person was walking up to Tahko.
I think you would have said that Zagrax would kind of looked in your general direction, but been completely off, and you would have stood up, and he just kind of like startled a little bit when you were not anywhere where he thought you were.
Going stand
I've
up
had
right
my-
next to you.
Yeah.
I used
And-
to own my own bear trap, so when enough light hits me, I'll just go ahead and take it off.
When the character who was moving towards you arrives, she motions you to hold still, clears very gently some of the snow aside, and you see that there is in fact a bear trap, the jaws still just showing underneath the snow.
Oh,
And you can see that there is the top of a spike pointing up through your shoe. The snow around it reddened, and you do take 2 points of piercing damage. It seems that you've trodden on the spike that's supposed to hold the bait for this thing, but it did not trigger the actual trap.
oh, good. Yay.
And holding the
good.
bear trap back, she locks it into position with a locking spike and locking pin. She says, "Okay, if you step off gently, this thing shouldn't go off. I'm not sure I'm strong enough to actually hold the jaws open, so you better do it quickly."
All right. Careful, but quickly. Yoink!
You manage to pull your foot away from that, leaving a thin trail of red blood on the surface of the snow as you do, but otherwise unharmed.
Oh. Well, I'm glad that trap failed.
So am I. That could have had your whole leg.
Oh my gosh, I think the blood actually disappears into the snow.
Because of the pass without trace.
Because that would be considered a mark of tracing.
Yeah, it
with
would.
Passage.
It seems to sink deeply in and then is covered over by, a moment later by this breeze of snow that just scatters another cover over the top.
It's kind
weird.
of. If you're not paying attention to it, you don't notice it. But if you are, that's kind of creepy.
And I would heal myself to prevent it from doing the rest, but it's only my temporary hit points that got hit. So.
Please
too
do
worried.
forgive that. We set those hoping that we would catch something to eat out here. It's been a while.
Well, please don't eat me.
It would certainly be a feast for several days if we did. But we're no cannibals. And the other two step up. The original speaker, having recognized you, please forgive the reception that you just received. We were sent here by Maxwell Danar to keep an eye on the fortress. You're the first group that we've seen for a while that are not Duragar.
Oh, that's great. I wasn't sure if Maxwell Danner was actually going to send anyone.
He did.
That's wonderful.
Well, we have an assaulting force just back in the past to the west. Did you want to
Yes.
join us?
I mean, our orders are to assist in any way possible any friendly forces in the area, so I guess that counts us in. We can at least guide you through the pass which leads to the fortress. Get you there a bit more safely.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any help is good. Thank you.
Of course.
Do you happen to know the best spot for a force of about 60 to set up camp?
Probably somewhere in this valley. There's, in fact, probably right where I imagine you are, and he kind of looks behind where you guys are towards this hill which is obscuring the rest of your force. After you enter this plain proper, the fortress can probably see you from quite a distance, especially if you put fires and things out.
Okay. I'll ride back to the group and tell them to start setting camp.
All right. And we'll make our approach tomorrow. Should take us about 2 days to reach it.
Right.
By then they'll know we're coming.
If there's a large force of you, almost certainly.
Should some of us go ahead? We have to figure out how to open up the door.
Well, we can get you close to the fortress, then you can give it a spy for yourselves if you wish.
Maybe we should do that. We
Sounds-
can move faster than, 60 people.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the trick is going to be the timing.
I know.
All right. Well, make your camp for tonight. We'll keep watch from here. Make sure that you're not surprised in the night by anything. And we'll find you tomorrow morning, and we'll start moving up. If you want to keep the rest here, then it's probably a good idea. We can always relay information to them if we need to.
Okay.
Send a runner.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Sleep well. And with that, the
You
three turn away and go back to the fire, which is only about 10 feet away. It's actually probably about 30. And you do notice that one of the three does go on further past the fire, obviously going to a more distant vantage point.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll go back and tell him to set camp. Ran into allies, and we'll start figuring out the assault plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
You make your way back to your allies.
Yeah. Captain Fell is probably sad he didn't get to use that his special abilities.
Well, it is certainly comforting that there are others who are taking an interest in the Duragar here. Kadroth would
Yes.
be pleased.
I'm sure he would be. Okay. Guess set up for the night.
We should speak of what the plans are. I agree that it would be pertinent to keep the force here until we know more. Although we
Right.
have had this place scouted. That was some time ago.
Right.
Unfortunately, they'll see us approaching through the pass, so we will lose the surprise by the time we finally reach there. I don't suppose there's any way we can disguise our forces.
Not easily.
As it is, if we need to break in, if they're gonna know, we need to throw the gates open. We'd have to find a way to infiltrate and also lay low. If we were to
Yeah.
time this out.
Except for a little bad luck on Tahko's part, you do seem to be pretty able to handle being somewhat quiet.
Only
I
because of the
think-
spell.
Well, we
same.
don't need to worry about
That is a talent you possess, which is of use.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we do go ahead. If we
So
can
is that what you
figure out
wanna
how
do?
to open it up, then we can send them in, and then just... Sure, it's a lot of back and forth, but I think it'll be worth it in the end. Right?
Yeah. Well, I suppose the best we could do is be prepared for it.
Yeah. It's
Maybe
just...
maybe all the forces we have could put leathers over top of them, so they think it's just a herd of animals in the pass.
Do we have that many?
Well, they have to sleep with something. Either that, or they could rip up trees and they could think a forest is advancing.
That's not suspicious at all.
At most, we could move with a advanced group to secure the entrance
Yeah.
when the time comes.
I think we are the advanced group.
Well, I know. Are there any other options or ideas?
Say, what time do they get back to the camp? Because we're discussing. Because I ran off ahead of everybody. Are we all grouped up?
Oh,
right
we
now?
probably would have walked back.
Yeah, I think you all came back again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're there.
Yeah, because you were with the group, like you were within earshot to hear the "Don't come closer, there's traps." So
Yeah.
you
Well,
would have
then
returned with the rest of the party.
I rode back before everybody else to tell the rest of the group to start setting camp.
Oh,
Wait.
okay. I mean, I'm guessing that you guys are talking about this when you get back to camp.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you'll
Yeah.
be there. Yeah.
With the information we were given, how well organized did they seem? Like, did they seem like they had their own change of guard? You know, you mentioned patrols. but
You have not heard.
okay. That's a good question for the morning. Yep.
All I know is that they seem to have regular patrols.
Yeah.
What that all entails, not sure. The only other thing I could think of us possibly doing would to our advanced party to try and get past the fortress to the east and distract them so they look east instead of west while the main force moves up.
Yeah, but once they're on alert, they'll look in both directions.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately, there just is no easy way to get this big of a force across this much open space without being
Right.
seen.
Yeah, and I think we just have to play into that. When the force arrives, we have to find a way for them to get in. I don't know what they're planning, what they can defend with.
I mean, they could cross during, when it's dark and they can't see well.
Well,
But the
we're
problem
talking
is that
about creatures. Yeah, so he's like mid stops and Zagrax continues.
Dude, everybody here, barring Irilyssa and maybe some half-elves, don't have any ability to see in the dark. They'd be
True.
more apt to travel with torches and arguably stick out more during the night than they would during the day.
Well, we do have lots of rope. We could simply have those that can see in front, and then everybody else holding rope in line that's behind them and move at night.
There aren't
Yeah.
that many, though.
Also, it might have been Irilyssa that said it. I don't know too much about these things, but didn't you say that they came from underground?
Yes.
I mean,
So it's
they might be able to
Very-
see well.
likely that they can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best I had.
I don't even think any of those are bad ideas. I just don't know how effective they'll be.
Well, whatever doesn't hinder us is best.
It's a shame we can't just scooch underneath all the snow.
If only.
Maybe everybody could get a tarp and put snow on top of it. Walk with
Speaking
the
of-
tarp.
That's so heavy.
Speaking of burrowing under the snow, the badger disappeared at dawn of the next day when you had summoned it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So it lasted for a full day. That's good.
sad badger friend.
Basically, it burrowed
God.
itself a little hole next to where Irilyssa was sleeping, and the next day, the burrow was empty.
Dang. Well,
So what are you doing?
We're figuring that out.
Yeah.
figuring out. I think we'll just want to go out, scout ourselves.
I think we
Lay
should
of the
scout,
land.
yeah. So we can get an idea of how we should do this. Because I don't think there's any good way of us hiding all those people.
Mm-mm.
No,
Nope.
they'll know.
Unless we can grant all of them invisibility.
Nope.
Let me look at my spell list.
Mass 24/7 invisibility
I
spell.
was like,
Where
do
you
you have
at?
greater invisibility? I don't think that counts for 60 people.
Yeah, and for how long? No,
Yeah.
a whole day. Yeah, well, if we
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, that's fine. If we find a place there, get it positioned, we can be close enough and not spotted. One of you can contact them and get them to move forward. We just be prepared. When they try to do their stuff, we snap up as many as we can and we activate our plan and get them in.
Can I use my helm of telepathy on like Fowl?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. Okay. Then Elora will just say, "I can do it." We don't even have to go back.
Good, because then we can just camp out nearby.
Yeah. That's what I was pretty sure that was okay, but I remembered we discussed something funny. But I think it's so long as I know where someone is going to be, it's possible.
Here's the thing.
Astral Slug.
We might be we might be able to limit their movements. If there is patrols that go out,
So it isn't
if
like
the patrols
range.
don't if the patrols don't show back up, they're gonna know something's up. And if we have a force that's already marching across the way, well, they're gonna not want to put out patrols.
No, you wouldn't be able to actually, unless he was with you.
Oh.
because you have to do detect thoughts to find the person that has a range.
Oh, you're right.
Hmm.
Okay.
The only
Well-
one that doesn't count for is Danica.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, we'll send somebody back then.
Otherwise, I can go with you as well. You would need my eyes in case any are hiding.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yes, we are grateful for those eyes.
As am I.
You just keep raising his eyeballs.
We must cherish those gifts that we are given.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's true.
How did you come to serve the Black Swords, Val?
Willingly.
Insight check.
Roll it.
Oh, I can go public. It doesn't matter.
Willingly? That's
Willingly.
It's like, I just chose
21.
Completely telling the truth.
Oh.
But obviously there is more to that story.
Yeah.
No.
I know,
Nah.
crazy. What a revelation.
Well, I'm glad you weren't pressed into service.
But you do sense that there's definitely like a sense of pride to the way that he said willingly.
Well, maybe that is to our fun. We could even do something like, if we don't have a scout back by X number of days, they could head out anyway.
Having such a contingency would be wise. We do not wish this force to just stand there idly,
Right. Right.
particularly if we should not return.
How fast do you think we can get there just with us?
Well, the scout said within 2 days, possibly quicker.
Well, I wondered if that was with
That-
all of the 60.
Most likely was, possibly quicker. I do not know precisely how far this place is.
Well, I know you don't. Sorry. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing. We can
Why
move
not?
quicker for sure. We can definitely move quicker than that.
Right.
If we set a contingency for assaulting in 2 days' times anyway, knowing that it'll take 2 days to get there.
Or at least have them advance to our position in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is, once we get there, we're going to do as much as we can to either interfere with them or find a way for when you arrive.
Right.
There's not much other choice we have. And if we happen to spring any kind of alarm ourselves, you'll be there shortly. Not much time.
I don't like the idea of an alarm going off. All our help is 2 days away.
Well, they'll still spot them out in the tundra.
True. If it's what must be done, we'd best get to doing it.
So 2
I
days
don't
then,
have. Yeah.
I will relay the
Yeah.
orders. And with that, he
Thank you.
gets up and heads over to where the rest of his force are, settling down for the night.
Boy, this guy's just a barrel of laughs.
Yep.
He's very proud of whatever he serves.
I'm happy with my gifts too, but I don't about $1. Gee. Oh.
So, anything else for this evening?
Nope.
No, I think we'll
Nope.
just rest.
Nope.
Okay. So you bed down for the night, content in the fact that Maxwell Danar's crew are out there somewhere, keeping an eye out for advanced patrols, and the night passes peacefully, and the following morning you find Fel already waiting for you guys, clearly quite eager to set off.
All right.
Dude. Alright.
It's what he was born to do. Just didn't know it at birth.
So you heading off?
Yes.
Alright.
To war.
Yeah.
So if I do, just letting you know, if I do pass out trace, it's only gonna last an hour, so I'm not gonna do that since there's a lot of open travel out here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
as we get closer,
Seeing as it's just you guys coming and you relay what's happening to Maxwell Danar's people, they say, yeah, we should be able to reach it in a day.
wonderful.
Oh, okay. Great.
It'll be later this evening when we get there, but yes, we can get there in a day.
Yeah, perhaps we should give them the contingency, our group that's back there, if 2 days or sooner if contacted by us.
I mean, I think that was kind of assumed.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Want them to be ready and not just like, chilling out.
Hanging out, yeah.
Okay. So, with the guides showing you the best way to get there, and it's not the most direct path, they actually lead you a bit closer into where the mountains are and then start following the mountains around, clearly using them as a screen against the fortress, which is out there somewhere in the distance. And as you get closer, the grey, jagged mountains rising above are replaced by something more solid, straighter, stretching up to the sky above. Before you stands the stark grey walls of Sunblight Fortress, their imposing mass stretching to blackness in the sky above. As you stare, vast clods of snow start to fall all about you and you scramble to dodge out of their way. Looking for their source, you now see that a gaping hole has appeared near the top of this wall, and from within, something seems to be stirring.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
So we're getting a greeting party.
You know, like
There's a giant hole in the side of the building.
Yeah, I just want to close.
Two
All the
arms,
sparklers.
their scales black even against the darkness, and with a lurch, the great beast launches itself into the sky, massive wings unfolding as it does so. With a roar, the wings begin to beat, and it does a circle above your heads. Then it peals out another roar, louder than the first, turning another slow circuit, finally gliding away to the northwest, directly towards the 10 towns. As the sound of the wings disappear into the distance, you swear you hear a breath of a voice. The storm is coming on the back of black wings. And that
Okay, well,
is where we're ending today.
Okay. Oh, man.
heck.
That cliffhanger came out of the side of the cliff.
Yeah.
what was hanging.
Good thing we warned people about a dragon.
Yeah, unfortunately,
yeah,
that's
right.
way to the north.
Well, I mean, it's a different
white
dragon.
dragon.
Hey, you know what? Dugan's hole's in the way. Speed bump.
We do have blisters.
They
No, if
do.
it's going north, it's going right for Goodmead.
Northwest.
No!
Whoa.
There's-
Ish.
I don't know.
Northwest-ish is still in those directions, though.
Maybe it'll get confused and crash into Redwaters and die.
Maybe the tourists will be like, "What are you doing here?" and mess it up.
Yeah, this is my zone.
Well, now it's like, well, what the heck are we supposed to do?
I mean, I
Well-
do have sending, so I can send a message to her and be like, "Hey,
Oh my
there's a
gosh.
shitty black dragon that thinks it can move into your territory. You should come deal with it."
Wait, you
There
can
you
send
go.
it. Wait, what?
I mean,
Ooh,
you've met.
hard flex right there.
Yeah.
True, if it's your familiar.
Oh,
yeah.
you think you're a cool dragon? Let me summon this ancient dragon, boy.
Boy.
This ancient dragon who can't see very well.
I don't think you need to. Yeah, giant dragon fight. I think you're probably fine.
That's even if she would come.
Yeah.
It's true.
Elora's
We do have-
thinking right now, how was I supposed to know when that was going to happen?
Yeah.
We do have a backup dragon that I could notify as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
much
just
less
tell 'em.
likely.
Yeah, just be like, hey, bro, you wanna flex your
You wanna
newfound
help?
skills?
Yeah.
And
Well-
he'll be like, I'll be there to pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think it was somebody in Kirkonig that said that Aviantoris was super territorial, and so she's the
Yeah.
only dragon that's been seen around in a long time.
Mm,
So they're kind of surprised when we said there was another dragon.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'll send that dragon to fight. Yeah.
yeah, ping Aviantoris. I think that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, there's a dragon encroaching on your turf. And
I'm just saying,
"What?"
if Goodmead gets destroyed, we're painting this entire tundra red with everybody who messed with everything here.
Oh, 100%.
I've been building up to this for so freaking long.
Oh no!
Yeah.
All the time you've been
Side
spending in the
quests
10
this whole
towns
time.
may now have its consequences.
Well, they still have defense of their own, at least.
Some
Yeah,
of
Oh,
them
it's
do,
not against a dragon.
except he just
Yeah.
left
I
a
don't
very
think
large
most-
portion of those defenses.
Well, it's not like
I
this
mean, we
big
didn't
chunk
take-
of farmers is going to defend
No,
against the
yeah.
dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, black swords are not the only defense in there, but I mean, anybody helps. Anybody helps. But
Hopefully the airship was the airship
dragon,
still
though.
in town.
You don't know.
Airship's
None of you
somewhere
went to Targos.
We don't know.
Ah,
Yeah.
How was
true.
the Bryn Shander?
I mean, at least we don't have to fight the dragon. That's somebody else's problem for right now.
It's
Yeah.
it's literally like, what do we do? I mean,
We still have a fortress to deal with.
if
Yep.
we abandon that, we could be like, Danica, we have an emergency.
hey, I'm just saying, if this thing goes out, destroys the town, and comes back to roost,
Yeah, it'll be like, hey, I
That's a
totally messed up the
possibility.
towns. Wait, who are you guys? Ah!
Oh.
So yeah. Surprise!
yay!
Reach into your bag.
Ah.
Reach into your bag and pull out a dragon.
That's basically what I
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I
A 1. Is a 1 a dragon?
No.
No, just
No.
Don't even need to look. No.
Aw.
Darn.
know. Note to self: extra snacks for next week. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
It's okay. You know what? Honestly, the dragon's never gonna even make it over the mountain. The goats will take him down before he gets anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not
You got that.
wrong.
That's
The
true.
goat defense force right on the peaks of this entire mountains, just shooting their goat beams and take down the dragon. Done.
Show beams.
Goat beams.
Summon the Lord of
So-
Goatball himself.
This is just a large black dragon.
Give me a perception check, Irilyssa.
Ooh.
Oh,
Can I do one too?
Yeah.
18.
With disadvantage, and it'll be a hefty DC for you, Tahko.
Oh, okay.
It's black on a black background.
Black
Okay.
on black. Yeah.
One thing you note, Irilyssa, is
Bleh. 11.
no, nothing, Tahko. How would I describe this? Let me just get the book out.
Not every dragon that is black is a normal black dragon.
What?
yeah, but your character wouldn't know that.
Oh, my character wouldn't know, but I is Jimbo now.
Yeah, and that's metagaming.
Oh, I know. But you know, game's going
Nacho,
on
the dragon doesn't fall in love with
Same,
a goat.
same.
It falls in love with a donkey.
now.
Honestly, it
I've seen
might
Shrek.
fall. Yeah, might fall in love with the speaker of good mead, Olivesa, who is very persuasive, and be like, "Hey, we've got all the free mead. Let's hang out and be friends."
Irilyssa, you notice that the scales on this thing are indeed black, but they seem to be really, really big. Like, more like armor plating rather than reptilian scales.
Whoa.
Pain.
That makes sense.
What?
Awesome.
Did the
That's what they were
Durga
doing
have a
here.
flying dragon machine?
They could have armored it up.
Yeah, Durga, they do like making stuff.
Yeah.
Heck.
Is it?
Awesome.
Heck and heck.
Would they have enough?
That sounds really cool.
It does.
This has been
know.
building to this point for so long. So long.
Elora-
And it's very much
Elora,
like
yeah.
you've been working in 10 towns, you've been, solving a couple of problems, and then you trigger this, and then you get to see whether you fixed everything.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Now we see which of the 10 towns falls and dies based
Goodbye,
on everything we built
Haven.
up.
Goodbye,
Not saying
Dugan's
anything.
Hole.
Not saying more than that.
yeah, I mean, obviously, it's gonna go for the ones that we don't like first.
Dugan's Hole.
Yeah.
I
Dugan's
honestly
Hole,
I feel like-
East Haven.
I feel like-
sad.
I honestly feel like it'll skip Dugan's Hole because Dugan's Hole is like a hidden town. Like you shouldn't even know it's there.
Yeah, of course
It's an
they'll
hole.
see it. It's Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an underground metropolis.
Underground Metropolis.
Clearly,
It's a
we defined
hipster
this.
Metropolis.
It's a veritable metropolis indeed.
Mm-mm-mm.
So I know that certain places in the 10 towns are probably doing better than they were, but like even if they were at their best, I don't know about versus a dragon. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
We're also, I mean,
Okay.
can a group of level 5s take down like a dragon?
No.
Could we take down a dragon?
No.
Honestly, let's just hope Maxwell Danner knows what he's doing.
Shit. I don't think anybody knows what they're doing against a dragon.
Well, we have a group of people.
Anakin.
and we have
Dragon
ways to
that's wearing
contact people.
armor.
I mean, I think regardless, Elora is going to tell Danica that that is a thing that just happened.
Oh, yeah.
With the slug on her head.
We'll cover that next time.
Lorp.
Mm-hmm.
Time to start firing off sendings everywhere. Incoming!
Incoming.
We just hit every person ever. There's a dragon. There's a.
Yeah.
Here there be dragons.
Kind of stuck.
We're all
everybody
screwed.
everybody we can contact that we've met that we know who's powerful enough. It's like
Every Taurus, Avarice, fucking Swift Runner, Maxwell Danar.
We should probably start with the towns that we that are closest to where it's coming.
Trovis. Can't forget Trovis. He's very important to this.
Would it
I
go?
mean-
would it go immediately for Goodmead, or would it pass it over and go to Bryn Shander because that's the big
It'll-
one on a hill?
it'll go
I
for
mean,
wherever it wants.
The thing
I don't
is,
know.
no one's ever seen this dragon before, so it's possible the dragon doesn't really know where it's going. It's just going to fly until it finds it down
Look.
and destroys it.
Look,
I mean, I
here's what's
kinda-
gonna happen. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Oh, okay, cool. Because mine was a bit of a shit post. I was gonna say that the dragons go to Bryn Shander is going to call for a new head of council, right? And they're gonna make a new vote
Oh,
with
okay.
the dragon in the running as the head speaker of the 10 towns. And that's
I think
gonna
you know
happen.
another dragon where that probably would be what they would do.
It sounds reasonable.
I do. It's great.
I mean, I don't know.
He was
I
diplomatically
don't
elected, democratically. Easy.
know.
Can't complain.
Never mind. I have no thoughts.
I have no
Honestly-
thought.
We're literally going to cash in every single favor, contact every single contact we possibly can.
I just want to put this one thing out there. Aren't you glad that you used your secret weapon already?
I don't know that a secret weapon would
well,
have.
yeah.
We're
To,
alive
to
right
be
now?
fair, I don't think even like any of us would have been like, even if we had the secret weapon right now,
What would we do?
would we even think to even use it? It's just a dragon in the sky, like
Yeah.
I don't
you know?
know.
I mean, it would be our secret weapon. It's not attacking us. It's heading off to the 10 towns. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's like
unless we
I
can
have
really
no
quickly
connection
piss
with
off
that.
the dragon so it comes back, we're not going to be facing it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
Right away.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's my thought. Like, how fast can Danica get to us? Would she be able to? If it's a lost cause, we're just gonna go fight the Sunlight Fortress, I
Okay,
guess.
so because this is going to be relevant to decision making for what you do next week, and I need to know so I can plan that. Danica will respond and tell you that she can be with you guys within 2 hours and get you back to the 10 towns in 8.
Oh, okay.
Well,
All
8
right.
after that, so 10 hours total.
Elora will immediately relay that information.
All
Right,
right.
we got 2 hours to assault the fortress. Perfect.
Sure. I mean,
Would we even get there in time? I don't know.
No.
at this point, I would just hand it off to our force of 65 and be like, "Good luck."
They can't get there. Oh, have them deal
Yeah,
with the
they can.
Sunlight Fortress?
Yeah, have them just take
Yeah.
on the Sunblight Fortress without us, and then we'll just hope they all die, and then we'll go do our own thing.
Lord.
You're horrible.
They're evil. They're devil worshippers.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've
That's
got bigger
been
issues than
established.
them right now.
Or they're undead.
Hang on.
Or
I
that.
would just like to point out the irony of Highwind saying that they're evil when you melted a woman's face.
That woman had it coming. I'm not evil. I swing
that's
that
debatable.
balance.
For all we know,
Debatable.
this dragon's got
Debatable,
the
but
same
not.
level of evil and wants to melt off that lady's face too, and it's just going to Dugan's soul.
That sounds
Exactly.
awesome. I'm down for that.
I've played tieflings before that are like the great granddaughters of, the archdevils, but they're not evil. We don't know.
I mean,
And also it's Levistus, who is the least
Yeah, we
devil-like of
don't
the
know.
devils.
Yeah.
the least evil of the devils. Are you listening to those words? Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I'd
But-
rather deal with a devil any day than a demon.
These guys are getting their second chance, whatever the hell that means. Hells, I should probably say. And their whole purpose is to go fight the Duragar. Well, here's their chance. They can go fight and die against the Duragar.
Okay, I think a big question that we need to figure out is where did a dragon come from? How did they get that?
Oh, underground dragon?
We're gonna find out next episode when
If we
we
go
assault the
taste it.
fortress and figure out the machinations of the Duragar.
Do you want my in-character ideas or my out-of-character ideas? Because I have nothing for in-character ideas.
I guess we'll go for the
forget
outer
this.
character then.
And say,
Yeah.
forget
Let's
this.
save the
if
out of
Danica
character
can-
stuff for our chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's too fun.
Or is panicking.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's a big question. Hey, Danica, come pick us up. Oh, okay. We're rushed off to the towns. Oh, good, we arrived. There's a dragon fighting the towns. What do we do?
Lasers!
Like what? This Nautilus has like a ballista. Or what?
Look,
are you just
we
going
got-
to
We
beat
shoot
on
it!
We got fire staffs. Let's go.
Yeah.
Act like a damn wizard and make it work.
We'll have to get within like 30 feet and then be like,
yeah.
Believe.
Strafe it. It's gonna strafe us, so like we better
We believe.
we believe.
take
Oh,
us south
yeah.
over the mountains. Let's go.
All right.
New
I guess we're gonna
campaign.
go. Yeah, that's what we do. Be like,
Yeah.
screw this. Let's go meet up. And
I don't know.
she can have the 10 towns in Icewind Dale. We're just going to head to Waterdeep.
Swing by Candlekeep as well for the heck of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, write this one in your storybooks.
We just
Yeah.
believe
The end of Icewind Dale, Chapter 1.
It all started with
Yeah. Just have to pray to the god of goats to have a gigant flying goat come in and kill the dragon.
If we
Yep.
pray to the Lord of Goatball, perhaps the sun will.
Yeah.
Just the goat will show up and shoot it with his laser goat eyes. The fire
Nope,
with the power of the sun.
Nope. The goat ball will fall from the sky and smite the dragon.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
Anyway, on this, I think this is probably the time to say thanks everyone for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. I am.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die.
Yay!
Wait, you wanted to see if anybody had questions.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I was kind of assuming that they were asking them already. If you have any questions, do let us know, and we will do what we can to cover them.
Oh,
Do you
and
have any
anybody?
shout-outs?
Yeah, any shout outs?
Did them.
Yeah, some weirdo subscribed. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mordred Viking resubscribed for 6
Oh,
months.
really? Who's that?
I know.
Hey,
What
Discord.
a terrible name.
I know.
Yay,
Awful.
Stream Elements work.
Yeah.
My bot worked. Shout out to the bot.
Oh, it does?
Hey.
Hey, awesome. Now we really
I
need to
can't-
get our
I
own
did-
Discord
No, it's
sorted.
not. It's this.
Is it white? Yeah, it is YT. Okay.
Oh, okay, nice.
You did the smart move.
Yay.
I've been hiding talking goats for months as a conspiracy. I'm trying to remember when the last one was. It wasn't actually that long ago.
Well, the one that was a fake goat doesn't count.
Yeah,
That's
that one was
true,
just like,
yes.
bleat, I guess.
Yeah, that one was a perversion of everything goats stand for in this campaign.
That was
Killed
freaking
it.
hilarious, though. It said bleat. That's not how that's supposed to work. And it was kind of confused when it said it. Huh. Well,
You don't often see that on the goat. Normally, they're very confident.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah, goats do have like unlimited confidence.
Especially when it comes to food.
Yep.
Feed me.
Me, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Well, on that case, I will say thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, hit that follow button to get notifications when we're live again in the future, because I have a feeling you might want to see next week, because
Pain.
stuff might happen. Maybe. Possibly.
Our 9 pounds will turn into less. Smile.
Hey, did we level?
Well,
No, we're
next week.
sleep.
No.
Yeah, it's true. Don't worry. Next
Okay.
week, everything will be leveled up. So,
There's no
leveled
time.
down too.
If you've enjoyed this, remember to hit that follow button. If you want to see more of this type of thing, then also consider subscribing. Helps the channel out, lets us do more of this type of content. If you want to see the previous episodes, you can find those over on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/MordredViking. And then finally we have a Discord, which is where, well, it's actually my Discord as well, but that's where the crew hang out, and also you guys. So come join us. Say hello. You'll be more than welcome. Anyway, that's it from us. We will see you next Sunday. Until then,
Woo!
bye everyone.
Lackadaisical waving.
I